I'll be behind you. You got Deputy Dan, you got Tom, and maybe even Mark when he moseys in.
We're up.
Yes.
Keep in mind, Jim, that we're always on, even when we're off. Our audio and video, we're on social media. It's streaming live. So just our conversations, so you don't get tricked.
Okay, yeah, so be careful what you say when we're off the air.
You're giving free mug jacking, be careful.
Or have Dan, he can help too.
We have people respond to us right now on this kind of thing. They'll hear us talking about something.
Oh, okay.
Respond. So
Dan,
Yep.
would you mind pretty
Sure.
please?
Tom,
Maybe if we can get a ring.
What?
And
Do you want
Dad's
to
in the
call
back.
her?
Oh, I took it
Let's
upstairs.
come over here real quick so I can. Hi. Let's just get in here real quick.
It's better to do this later. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get a couple. We can get it if you don't
Okay.
like them.
Okay, but
Okay,
really,
we're good.
okay. Well, we'll do as many as you want later.
After
We'll get some.
Yep, we're
Yeah,
good.
I just want to I got to figure this out. Come on, man.
Do you want to call your kids and ask them to meet you downstairs?
You looked in the back. You know where I keep shit, right?
Yeah. Your vitamins are there, but nothing else. I mean, you've got your workout bag. I even felt
you
the
know
bar.
what
Name crack.
Yeah.
You know what to look for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We did
Do you want to call the kids?
love the
and tell them
candy?
how
I love the
we
food?
down from
No,
them?
actually, we did
Is
just
it
a
okay?
brainstorming session. My wife came up with it. And Frito-Lay, by the way, did not like us using that name.
I will bet. I never thought of that, but I'll bet you that.
We went through 2 years back and forth with legal letters from their legal department and my attorney. They wanted me
Not your
to
office?
cease and
I
desist.
didn't
And
go
You're
back
not the
into
same
the office,
type
but
of
I'll go
branding and
downstairs and
everything.
take a
We're,
good
we're
look.
not, and Cracker Jacks is 2 words, and it's actually in the dictionary as
I'll
candy
send you a
corn popcorn.
message. I'll
Cracker
message
Jack
you.
is a person that's
And
an
then you let me
expert
know what
at
you
a
want me
thing
to
or a
do.
process.
Really?
That's also in
I like
the
that.
dictionary, and so my attorney went back and forth with them. If you look on our website, we actually have a disclaimer, just a little disclaimer at the bottom that says we're not affiliated with them.
With who?
Cracker Jack.
The
And
snack.
Yeah, there's no brand confusion. They don't care about
Well,
that.
that's what my attorney, oh, yes, they do. They tried for 2 years
Well, they
to make
can't
me
do
quit
anything
using the
because
name.
it's not brand, it's not in their field of, it's not candy or snack.
Yeah. Well, that's what my attorney finally
Bonnie?
told them in the last letter. He
Yeah.
said, if
Do
they're
you know,
confused
did
with
I
the
leave my
candy-
iPad case at the condo of my iPad? I can't find it in the car. I don't remember what I did with it.
Where would it be? Oh, let me check the wagon.
Or anywhere, yeah.
If you need my help, please give me a call at 303-770-5551.
Oh, okay, so you do have it, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, can you walk over and bring it to me from the condo? Just kidding.
What?
What are you doing right now?
That's not far.
I'm playing with Wesley.
And what's Dolce doing? Okay, well, you got food in the fridge. I'll see you later, bud. Love you, bye. Bye. Video. It's in the condo. Yeah.
Love the name of your company.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's in
I
the
know.
condo.
See
Is this,
That
okay.
makes me feel good.
You should bring your own Cracker
Do
Jacks
you,
for
I mean,
everybody.
really, if you want me to run over
You
there.
know,
You know why?
we don't do that on purpose because of the
So you're good?
legal
Yeah, just let me know.
hassle.
They should like that because you're,
I'll
we're
send
trying-
Suze a message when I
you're
leave.
helping them.
My wife told me when I do trade shows, I should dress girls up in little sailor suits and have
Now
them in there
that might, that
and
might
hand
be-
out Cracker
yeah.
Jacks. That might be a little bit of a
But you just need Cracker Jacks there and
Yeah.
stuff.
Absolutely.
I like it. Hey Tom, just to let you know the chiropractor, no more $21 special. I was there last night.
What? Okay, this is frozen. This is just not working. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see if you needed help.
Yeah, I'm just not, this is
Oh dear. What are you gonna, what live are you doing first so I know what phone number to get up for you? You wanna do buy and build?
Okay. Oh, I see. You're right. Thank you for thinking of that. Let's do Flexident
Flex-
since they have 2 of them.
Flexident, let me get his phone number up for you.
Thank you, dear.
It's the Troubleshooter Show. Now, time
Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, here to help you solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints, and make your life just a little easier. That's what we do this hour. Brought to you by Flexident of Colorado. Flexident, get your car fixed the right way. Paintless dent repair if you have any hail damage. Why would you consider any other way? I don't think anyone ever would consider any other way if your paint's not damaged. They'd never consider, pulling it out or putting Bondo in it, right? No one does that. And you don't have to replace it for a giant cost. By the way, I am a consumer advocate. My number is 303-713-TALK. If you're just new to this show, and there are so many new people moving in, and our website is exploding, our radio show, our callers from all over. What we do is take your calls, problems, questions, or complaints. Did someone lie to you? Did they cheat you? Did they rip you off? Or you just want to get something off your chest? You know what's great is so many times we have things happen and we say, you know what, that's not right. But there's no one to tell. Just tell us. 303-713-TALK is the number. Tell us. Get it off your chest. And 24/7, you can use the number 303-MARTINO. 303-627-8466. We love what we do. We love helping people, and we'll help you if you call. Now, we have, as you know, we have guests every day on the show, usually from the referral list. We have common men in, and they come in to give us their thoughts. And we have Crackerjack Mudjacking with us today, Jim Snyder. And I have to tell you something about mudjacking. Almost everyone doesn't really understand why it's called mud, and they picture mud or they picture something else. Whatever you call it, we'll talk about it. And then if you are going to call about anything related to your home, we can talk about that. In other words, if you have any problem with concrete, we can talk about it, but we can talk about all your home problems. In fact, here's the problem. Most of the time, the calls we get are after people made a big mistake, and we can't help them. So what I'm saying is call beforehand, and then we can help you solve the problem, well, prevent the problem, let's put it that way. If you call beforehand, so many people call afterwards, and they say, I did this, I did that. The biggest complaint we're getting nowadays, because everyone is so hell-bent on getting things done quickly. They want to lock in a date or a time, so they call people, they come to the home, and the contractor wants money down. Now, I don't think that every time you put money down, you're going to be ripped off. It's not automatic. But what I am saying is there's a very good chance you're going to be ripped off. I would say 90% of all problems happen, first of all, when you're solicited. So if someone comes to you, most of the time, those are rip-offs. I'm not saying everyone who comes to you is a rip-off, but listen to what I'm saying. If you took a pool of people who were contacted by roofers or contractors or pavers, if you took a group of those, you would have, these are people who were contacted. About 90% of them got ripped off, at the door. Okay? So 90% of those are rip-offs. All those who were contacted. Now, if you take all those who went shopping, they went shopping and they did the homework, about 30% of them are ripped off. So there's a higher percentage of getting ripped off when the provider solicits you as opposed to you soliciting the provider. Now, as I mentioned, Flexident, why would you ever consider anything else? Go to the website to find a location. They have about 3 locations in the area. They have immediate openings. And it does not detract from the value of your car. It is not a question of whether or not you should have paintless dent repair for hail and other kinds of things. The question is, who do you get? And, of course, Flexident is the most experienced and the best place around. Here is their number. 303-619-6273. 303-619-6273. Or go to the website flexidentofcolorado.com. Jim Snyder's with us from Crackerjack Mudjacking, and we will talk about that in a little while. I'm going to explain what it is because everyone who has concrete has a problem. And you want to know something? It's not due to the concrete. Concrete is 100% perfect when it's mixed properly, 100% perfect. 98% of all concrete problems have nothing to do with the concrete. Valerie, what's going on in your life, Valerie?
I've going to explain to you what's been going on in my life. I've had a migraine since I was 13.
God, that's terrible. Now, is this a constant, every single day migraine?
Yes, it's been that way for the last 9 months.
9 months.
So
okay, well, hold on. But before that, they were on and off?
Yes, they were on and off. So I would get them like maybe 3 to 4 times a year. And now I'm getting them all the time, every other day. And so I haven't been able to work in the last 9 months. I've been going through a lot of stress because I think I'm getting ready to change life. And so
now, what have you done for treatment? What have you done for treatment? I don't know if that's what you're calling about, but I'm asking, what have you done for treatment?
I've done a lot of stuff. I've taken a lot of medications. I've gone to hospitals here in Denver for migraines and stuff, and nobody seems to have an answer for me. So I found a place called Reed Migraine, and I'm trying to get to them in Dallas, Texas, because that's the only place they do these procedures.
What procedure do they do?
It's going to be a procedure. It's like an implant that they put in your brain to help and it's called like Omega. And they put this stuff in it's like a little wires in your brain. It's like a stent in there,
okay,
so that the brain can function right.
Yes.
And so that's what I'm trying to go do now in September. So I'm trying to get a loan out. But the problem is I don't have the best credit because I've had so many doctor bills. But I need to get there. And I have a card that I can use for collateral. I'm getting ready to pay it off. It's just that most places want to take like
how much is this procedure?
This procedure is $60,000.
I mean, have you researched this enough? I mean, I guess you're desperate, but my God, have you researched this enough to know this is going to help you?
Well, I've read a lot of their I've seen a lot of their protocol on it, and to see how many people have get healed from this, and they say 85%. 85, that's a very high rate.
And insurance doesn't pay for this.
They don't pay for the trip. They pay for the procedure.
They do. How much is
money for the trip?
Well, how much do you need?
I need about $3,000 to go up there. I mean, I got to drive all the way to Dallas, Texas. So it's going to take a little bit of money, and I got to pay a couple of my bills and stuff. So I got to have the money to go.
And how much total are you looking for?
$3,000.
That's not that much. And the procedure is being paid by insurance, and that's $60,000.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, other than saying I hope it works, please, I hope you're doing the research. Now, I guess what we need to do is we need to figure out how to get the money. Have you done a GoFundMe?
No, I haven't. I tried to do it like a couple of places that wanted, like I said, charge me double the amount. I can't afford to pay $6,000 for a $3,000 loan.
But have you done GoFundMe? I'm asking.
No, I have not.
Well, you ought to try that, and then and we can help you if you do a GoFundMe. I mean, that's one of the things. Now, obviously, unsecured signature loans, most of them are rip-offs, and the only people who really can get a loan, even though they call it unsecured, are people with excellent credit and the resources to pay it back instantly. Even though it's not secured, you have to have the assets or money to show it. I know it sounds weird, but you have to. So
no, I understand. That's why I called out because it doesn't make sense to pay a $6,000 loan back for a $3,000 loan.
But I'm not sure you're doing this the right way. You simply need a ticket to and from Texas, right?
Yes.
And then what else? Hotel?
Yes.
How long are you going to be there?
I'll be there for to see if the procedure works. I'll be there 7 days.
Okay, so it is going to be. I guess
then I will have to go back about a month later if it does work to do the final procedure.
I want to ask some crazy questions now. Okay, are you a member of a church or anything?
Yes, I am.
A church. Now, reason I ask this is there are many times there are affiliated churches across the country, or even alumni groups from colleges, and there are different affiliations where people help people. They say, hey, any graduates from whatchamacallit, I went to whatchamacallit, did you, and can you help me out finding a place to stay or something? Or, if you're part of a church, and I'm serious, you contact maybe that church in that city saying, can somebody help me? Can somebody put me up or help me? I mean, I would look outside the box. Now, I'm not saying you have to be or you should.
I do have somebody that can help put me up, but I just need the money to get up there and to have some to have to spend like for food and stuff. I do have
maybe somebody listening has points and they can help you get a ticket. I think
you should drive in, Tom.
Yeah, but would you fly if you could?
Yes, I would apply if I could.
You would fly if you could.
The church, I don't have a real church that I go to, but I do.
No. But driving. Okay, so driving. Listen, let's just think about this. If anyone has any ideas, give us a call. Valerie, for sure. Suzanne, put her in touch with Daphne for sure. Let's start a GoFundMe right now, and we'll help her there. And I'm not. She needs money. To get there and back. I just hope this procedure works. I've never heard of it. I really want to look into it. 303-713-TALK. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney, and I say this every time. I hope you never need him. He will, I'll tell you what, most of people that listen to me, I don't have a lot of hardened criminals. People get accused of shoplifting, truly without an intent to steal. Sometimes it's a stupid thing. They brought something in to return, or they walked out without realizing something was on their purse or in their body, in their pocket or something. Then we have DUIs. People try to calculate how much they're going to drink, and they think they're legal and they're not. I'm not going to get into your mind or your conscience on what happened, okay? DUIs are easy to prevent, though, with designated drivers, Uber and Lyft. Suffice it to say, if you're in trouble, Joe Lazzara is there as a criminal defense attorney. And the number is 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. And you can search for Joe Lazzara on my referral list at referrallist.com. So discombobulated because this computer is just not working. Oh my God, I'm just so effed up with this thing. I'm so pissed off. I just can't get into this thing. God, and I can't log out. That's my problem. I need to get out of this thing. Oh my God, it's just...
Yeah, when I talked to that lady ahead of time, she wanted to know what the best way to get a signature loan was, is what she originally asked for. $3,000 seems like a lot to go to Dallas. About 890 miles. She's got a car. So let's do it. That's when you guys talk. That's the camera that I'll be panning to. Well, come and look and see what you run fast. Okay, so that's where you're at. You're right there, and I know that thing is kind of in the way, but I can't help it. If you can sit lower, I can see your face better. So, and that's your Cracker Jack and stuff. So if anything you want that thing, if you want that anything different, let me know.
How's that?
No, that's perfect.
Am I low enough for you?
Yep, I can see. How do you think? She looks good right here?
Am I low enough?
Well, still kind of right in your eyes.
Can you get lower? It's just that thing coming across.
What do we care?
Yeah,
What do we care?
doesn't matter.
You want to be on
Facebook. She's not part of Cracker Jack.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm his.
I thought you were a Cracker Jack.
She's part of
No,
us.
I'm part of us. Yes.
She's really part of us. It has nothing to do with anything.
I'm part of us.
That's why she doesn't have a sailor outfit on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, had I known, I mean, I would have been all over it.
Yeah.
Sailor outfit, box Cracker Jack.
That's
It's
right.
not a big deal, but she's not part of us. I mean, heck no.
Yes, I'm us, not him.
Okay.
But thank you. I appreciate
You
it.
bet. You bet.
I am sharing this
this
video
help?
with all
I'm
my
sorry?
buddies.
Did moving that boom help?
It's not.
Oh, it's that one.
That's boom there. We got booms everywhere.
Oh, I finally exited this damn thing. Oh.
Every Sunday afternoon at 1.
Now I gotta sign in. These computers, I really should bring my laptop and never, ever, ever use this system. You know, Dan, anybody, we're in danger when people log on there and they don't know how to log off. They're screwed. They don't know how to log off. They are screwed.
I know it takes a while to log on, but I don't.
They are totally screwed when they do it, and they don't even know they're doing it. I'm most concerned about you-know-who.
Yeah. I know a lot of people bring their own laptops. That's probably the best thing to do.
I think it might be, because when you don't even realize that you left yourself logged in here, because it's not obvious.
I totally agree.
And holy crap, can that hurt you.
If someone takes
KHWindows.com. In business 62 years. Depend on K&H Home Solutions. Complete your home makeover with KH Windows, offering a free upgrade to triple pane glass. For details, 303-421-7100, or book your own appointment online now.
I need my laptop. I need Daphne to just unplug and bring on my laptop. I absolutely need it. Suzanne, I need my laptop.
On the next break, I can run and get it.
It's okay. These computers are ancient.
Actually, at least you guys have nice phones. Tell you, when I first started, like for as big of a company in high tech, you know, that I heard is, when I sat down at my little cube, looked at my phone from like 1972.
Oh, is it dial?
Might as well be, right? But there was a warning.
I need a phone number for Colorado tinnitus.
Like a lead warning. And I'm like, what the hell? How are these things? 3 on my own phone. But yeah, it's just funny. So, like the technology outside is so high tech and how
If you can get me Colorado tinnitus, if not,
I got it.
If you can, I watch you call it.
You want it?
Okay, yeah.
303-534-0163.
534-0163.
0163.
Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. If you are suffering from tinnitus or hearing loss, this show is all about help information referrals. 303-534-0163. It's on South Clarkson and Hamden. There's an urgent care in there. They're on the second floor, Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. As the name implies, they do both tinnitus and hearing loss, one or both, and they're great people. They are at the forefront of all the new technology. There is a cure. Let the FDA come after me, because I'm calling it a cure. They call it a permanent solution because it didn't go all through the years and years and years of trials, but it gets rid of tinnitus, finally. It's called the Syncra. It's for a certain wavelength. If you fall outside of that, there are other treatments. Here's the message. Go there for any hearing loss or tinnitus. 303-534-0163. Look for Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center on my referral list at referralist.com. Let's go to the phones. And migraine headaches, man, I mean, they're terrible. Can you imagine having one on and off for how many years? She's going to have a $60,000 procedure. She's going to do a GoFundMe for the transportation costs. She sounded sincere to me. We'll check it out, of course, before we plug that site. And Sherry has good information, she says, on migraines. What kind of information do you have?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
First of all, I've had migraines. They started when I was 19, and I'm 58 now.
God! Can't even imagine.
I have 4 to 5 times a week for all those years. So I've tried Eastern medicine, Western medicine. I mean, I've tried everything. And
Did you try prolotherapy? Prolotherapy was invented or discovered because of headaches by a doctor years ago. Have you tried prolotherapy?
I have not. I don't know very much about it except for when I...
Well, prolo means like therapy. Prolo the body heals itself. Let me just give a quick rundown here, very quick. A guy discovered this with migraines, and he did injections into his wife and cured her migraines. He was a doctor, and I don't know why he did it. I mean, but here's what it is. You purposely irritate an area that's bothering you, like an elbow, a knee. I don't know what he did for the headache. I think it was in the neck. And then what it does is the irritant is either cayenne pepper or sugar, something that you inject there, a minute amount, that tells the body to attack it. Then it sends in fibroblast cells to clean out the area. It raises the temperature and inflames it a bit on purpose in order to spark the healing process, and then new fibers and new tissue is grown. It is unbelievably great. It works. It's called prolotherapy. Now, an offshoot of prolotherapy is called PRP. That's doing exactly the same thing, except instead of sugar or cayenne, they use cells, your own cells that are spun down, your platelet-rich plasma, which also has healing properties in and of itself, and that's where growth happens. And then all of that sparks stem cell therapy. Before stem cell therapy, it was prolotherapy, then PRP, then stem cells. But by the way, I digress. You called about the migraines. I like educating the audience. So anyway, bottom line is, have you heard of her treatment, that little implant in the brain?
Yes, omega therapy. I have heard of it.
Well, good. It's called omega. Why didn't you try that?
It's kind of hit or miss for people, and
man, $60,000. You would hope it's more of a hit than a miss.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of insurance won't cover it.
Yeah.
But what I want to do to tell everyone is, like most migrainers know, there's never been a drug on the market specifically for migraines, except for a group called triptans.
What does it do? I mean, this doesn't affect a lot of my audience. I mean, some of them, so I want to be very quick on it.
Right. It's an abortive medication.
What does that mean?
And you only get so many a month. I mean, it's nice, but most people who have migraines that are chronic, you have more than 15 a month.
Are you suffering right now?
Yeah.
Tom, I take that medicine, the triptan stuff.
You do?
Yeah. Just recently.
But you can't take it too often. Thank you for calling 303-713-TALK. Jim's with us from Cracker Jack, Mudjacking. Again, we're going to talk about why concrete is hardly ever the problem in and of itself. Craigslist. Craigslist. What happened?
Yeah, I put a boat on sale for $500 on Craigslist.
Oh God, and this is the calling for ripoffs. It's not that Craigslist is a ripoff; they provide a great service. But man, it's almost like every ripoff in the world is attracted to it. So what happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Anyway, he said he'd send me a check for $6,945.
Sure.
And $5,000 goes to the purchase. Well, I was only asking $5 for it.
Yeah, you know, this is such an old trick. It's called overpayment, and then he wants the refund. Don't ever do it, no matter what the excuse. Ever, ever, ever. You didn't do it, right?
No, I was going to contact my bank and even the police to see if this guy's sent a check. He says he's from North Carolina.
Now, I'm going to tell you some stuff that people don't know. People who think they're smart say this: hey, I'm just going to hold that check for 3 days. And I said, nope, it won't tell you anything. Why? Why? Because in 3 days, banks must give you what's called provisional credit. The federal government said to banks, it's not good to sit on money anymore. You must give provisional credit within 3 days. That means let them have access to the funds. However, that doesn't mean you have the funds. They can reverse it if that check turns out to be bad. But people mistakenly think if they get provisional credit that they have a clear check. They do not. So then the other one is, oh, I'll wait 21 days for it to clear. Nope. doesn't work, because even if you think it cleared after 21 days because you haven't heard anything, what could have happened is it went into a dead check file because it had one digit off, and then they run that through another process. You could literally be called back on a check for 6 months. 6 months later, you could find out the check is bad. There is only one way only, to make sure a check is good, and that is draw the cash out immediately from the bank that it's drawn on, period. That's the only way. There is no other way for a check to be real. A check is, I'm not saying they aren't real, they are most of the time, but if you want to cheat someone, you will find that checks are nothing more than promissory notes. And this is for people listening. I know you didn't call for a speech here, Guy. So no matter what, even if your bank says, oh, yeah, this guy has a real account and it's a real check, doesn't mean anything. That money has to be drawn out. Now, a wire works if you can get a wire, but here's the secret with a wire so they don't reverse it. When they wire the funds, you then take those funds and wire them to another bank, not within the same bank. Because if he reverses the wire, no matter what account you put it in, even if it's not the original account it was wired to, they can reverse it. So if you're going to do a wire, it must be a wire to that account, then from that account outside of that bank, period. Or, of course, you take cash. It's so sketchy out there. But this is a scam. What did he say the extra money was for?
Oh, to ship his
of course. And who do you pay that to, that extra money?
Yeah, probably him, yeah.
I mean, his shipper going to come to the door and pick up the car?
Yeah. Yeah, well, he just texted me again this morning, says he's getting worried because I haven't responded.
Good. Tell him he should be worried. Tell him you don't want a cashier's check. Tell him to wire the money.
Okay.
And see what he says. Do you have his number?
Yeah.
Does he actually take your phone call?
I didn't even try calling him. I just doing texting.
Why don't, listen, can I put you on hold? You go call him? I really want to hear what he says when you say go wire the money.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Suzanne, let's make sure he does that. I want that to happen. 303-713-TALK. Okay, Jim, am I right in saying 98% of all concrete problems have nothing to do with the concrete? This is Jim from Crackerjack Mudjacking. Am I right?
That's absolutely correct. It's mostly the subsoil, what's below the concrete, the preparation, not the concrete itself.
The soil is what, if it moves, if it shifts, if it sinks, what happens?
If the soil sinks, the concrete sinks with it, and
or cracks, right?
It cracks, yeah, because concrete is brittle. It's designed that way.
Okay. I'm going to ask people to ask questions if they have any, or they can email us live at troubleshooter.com. Okay, so when you have concrete sinking, you can always lift it. True or false?
95% of the time, that's a good solution. And that's why we provide free, no obligation quotes, because we want to evaluate it. Sometimes, if the concrete's extremely cracked up, it's really not a good solution.
It's not worth lifting, because you lift one, it cracks another, you lift that. You can't just lift pieces, right?
Exactly, but if the concrete's fairly stable, maybe has 1 or 2 hairline cracks, 95% of the time we can lift it back up, make it fully functional.
But don't you guarantee satisfaction anyway? So if you can't do it and you try and it's an abortion, you're not going to do it?
Then you don't give me a check.
Yeah. I mean, that's a no-lose situation. 303-713-TALK. We'll come back and talk more to all of you. Twyla has a problem with Maximum Auto. Dominic wants to talk about an inheritance they're trying to take away. Bridget has a deadbeat dad. And I have great news for you about Simply Floors, Inc. Do you want to save money? There's just one solution here. No matter what these big boxes, exchanges, and what the mills tell you, like the mill outlets, you know who I'm talking about, the exchanges, the mill outlets, let's just come right out and say it. They can't beat his prices. They can't. Simply Floors, Inc. He has less overhead. He has one showroom at 52nd and Ward. You don't even have to go there. They'll come to your home if you make an appointment directly, simplyfloorsinc.com. Now, here's the deal. All the same floor coverings, the waterproof carpets, the laminate floors, the beautiful luxury vinyl tile, all of it. All you have to do is make your own appointment, Simply Floors, Inc. You'll save up to 40%. Sometimes you save half, just going to Simply Floors, Inc. Why? Because Buddy Mitchell, the owner, made a pledge. I'm going to make less profit, provide better service, and I'm going to take care of you from the beginning to the end, and you'll save money. Why would you go anywhere else? At least let them have a shot at the price. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Hey, Tom, if you brought one of those checks to a check cashing place like, what is that, Lynn, whatever there?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. They can go after you again, even
You're
if
in
you
the
just don't
chain.
cash.
You're in the chain of commerce.
But,
if I gave the check to you and then you took it to him and he took it to him and he took it to a check writing place, they can come to any one of them. Any one of them.
And if
They come to the strongest one.
Okay, but how do they know it's you? Because you just got to have the ID and everything. They can come back on you.
Yeah, when you cash a check, you give them everything.
So, okay.
Oh, you can get the money and not give it back, but they'll come after you.
Gotcha.
You're responsible.
Gotcha.
You can't say I didn't know it was bad, and you can't give it to someone else. You're dead. You're gone. I did Flex and I did Tinnitus Radius, okay, and I did Simply Floors and Joe.
Correcto. We're just gonna do one more Flex.
Quartz and other natural stone, and all solid surfaces. Visit their showroom in Golden. Get your wholesale countertop material, custom edges, sinks, cabinets.
He is great.
Do you have on your website a video of you guys lifting?
We do, yeah. We have probably 2 or 3 videos.
Is it pretty exciting?
Pardon me?
Is it pretty exciting?
Oh, it's so exciting.
Yeah, really. It's
No, I'm not kidding. It is really cool.
Yeah, no, I know how.
You know, the earth just moves. You know, it's we do everything with high pressure with a remote control.
Oh, yeah?
So we can, I mean, on
Stop
a
it right
dime
there.
we can stop it, and it's pretty cool. The first time you flip that switch, it's a little intimidating. You know, you're holding the nozzle against 1100 psi, and then this whole slab just starts rising for you. It's pretty cool.
What happens if just one side goes?
It does. So we drill a series of holes, and
gotcha.
we lift and move and lift, and we work back and forth. We don't just lift it all the way up in one place.
And you jack in mud, or is it actual something that's
See,
solidified?
these are all the damn
Oh,
questions.
I'm sorry.
No,
Sorry,
it's
sorry,
good.
sorry.
No, it's good. But these are exactly the questions people have. You are typifying it.
Yeah, it's a
typical person.
It has a lot of concrete sand for compaction and Portland cement to catalyze it. It does have some spring topsoil in it, but we're very careful to buy soil that doesn't have any expansive clays or anything in it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's a slurry we mix. So.
My garage, and you can tell if things dropped, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But you must have to look around and make sure there's nothing in the way that if you jack it up, it's gonna.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why we like to go to people's house and look at it. You know, people want us to
Okay,
give them
so
quotes
Mark's
over
taking the
phone.
dog back and then he'll be in.
But we like to go see it. And
Thank
if it's
you.
not a candidate, we'll just tell them.
Thank
You know.
Did you get up and running?
Yeah, but my God, was it bad?
And then David's gonna be alive as well. He's gonna be 11:30 ideal. Haven't heard from Al, and then live I haven't heard from him yet.
So did you ask Dave where the hell was he yesterday?
Okay, it's going to be hard. We're doing 3 lives. I mean, we're.
Do you want me to kill one of them? I mean, I can.
I don't want you to kill Al because I've been killing him lately.
So you mean?
I don't. David never does it, so ideal. We just have to. But you can't accommodate it.
Should I wait to see if even David's available?
That's right.
first?
That's right.
Okay.
Thank you. Good call.
Anyway, they said it's either a tumor or hit his head really hard. They're doing blood work to rule out other stuff. So, well, the freaking dog is.
12 years old.
You know,
you don't feed
God, I
him
just hate when dogs get old. I love them so much.
I recommend Troubleshooter Top Martino with more than 3,000 solar
Oh, it's
projects.
a smaller dog. Usually
Yeah,
it's
the-
longer.
Big dogs
Big dogs usually don't
sell
last
for
long.
free solar efficiency analysis. 720-449-29.
Started feeding my dog raw chicken. God, he loves it. His teeth are better.
Really?
Okay, these are bones, raw chicken. You can feed the chicken bones as long as they're raw.
People mistake that all the time, and you're right to point that out. Raw bones will not hurt them.
And it makes
When I
your
first
teeth
did it, my little Sheltie, and she's chomping down on a leg and veins, and I'm thinking, oh my God, that's going to split her and kill her, and she just the first time you do it, you have to have a lot of faith.
I read it on the
Now,
internet.
cooked bones will kill them.
Yes, because
You
it's
don't
better.
have to worry about salmonella or anything with them?
You know,
Dogs are made to deal with all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're made to. Well, you don't want to leave meat out all day. I mean,
Sure.
but normal precautions are fine. If you think about it, dogs are scavengers, and they eat a lot of stuff that's been laying around, and they're meant to deal with that. But it's truly amazing. The raw diet will keep them alive so long. It's really good for them.
And like I say, that bone, when they're chewing that bone, that's cleaning their teeth.
See, and I got a little Bichon that's 12, and I
My
want
dog's
him to
a
last
dog.
about
It's
22
border
years.
collie.
I love him.
It's lasted 22 years?
Well, he's 12. I want him to last
Oh,
22.
okay.
He's healthy.
But you just got to get used to that. Do you know why? Because they have a German background of meticulous engineering and design. And now, obviously, it's not your run-of-the-mill kitchen. You're going to pay a little more than your run-of-the-mill. But the value you add to your home, oh, it's incredible. So you're not going to do it for a fix and flip. But, man, if you want beautiful kitchens and baths, you got to check them out. They do everything from the floors to the ceiling. And I mean that. From the floors to the ceiling. Even ceiling textures and light fixtures and cabinets, countertops, and appliances like Viking, Whirlpool, and others. So remember, they're not prohibitively expensive, but they give you that wow factor at a value. I just want to say that. HouseModern.com, 720-325-5040. Now, people say, Tom, you say the number too fast all the time. So I'm going to say 720-325-5040. In fact, somebody said, you didn't, why, they were complaining about one of them here. Oh, they said, you said the number too fast on Simply Floors Southwest Corner. It's simplyfloorsinc.com. So that's why you didn't hear the phone number. Nah. Okay, now, what are we going to do about this inheritance, Dominic? What is going on?
All right, my grandfather was a war hero. He served a long time.
Where was he serving?
He served in World War II across seas.
Okay, Dominic, he was a hero?
Yeah, he was a hero. And he left me something really important that he took back from the war. And I feel like the government is trying to take it.
What was it?
He left me a jar.
A jar?
A jar of authentic gold teeth from the Jews in Auschwitz.
Oh my God! Ugh.
Yeah.
A jar of gold teeth. Oh my goodness! So I'm assuming that people were doing stuff like that. I mean, these were victims of a travesty. I mean, this was terrible. And where did he get it?
Well, I imagine from the mouths of the Jews, I guess.
Well, I'm assuming he served in the... Are you saying he served in the U.S. Army?
No, of course not.
He served where?
He was a Nazi. He gave me a bunch of Jew teeth made from gold.
Fine. I don't even want to talk to this guy.
Why? What happened?
He said my grandfather was a Nazi war hero,
I didn't hear
and I had a
typing.
bunch of Jew teeth.
Oh my God!
And the government wants to
Tom.
take them away. I know you couldn't have possibly got that in a screening. I thought it was a joke at first.
Oh my gosh, Tom!
He said he was a war hero. A hero? Was he kidding? Was this a joke? Did he think really? I mean, is this guy?
There's nuts everywhere.
No, I just can't even believe he would. He sounded regular. He just sounded like, yeah, he was a hero, and took a bunch of Jew teeth. I can't even believe he said that.
Unless he just wasn't
now, can we get that?
Right?
Can we take that? Is there a way to take that out of the podcast at all for later? I don't want that. That's disgusting. I should just stop talking about it. 303-713-TALK. I mean, did we handle that right, you think, folks? Or do you think we should take it out of the podcast? I mean, let me know what you think. Seriously. I mean, I think we put an end to it and dropped it, but I don't know if we should just delete the whole segment. Okay, never mind. Bridget, what's happening, Bridget? Bridget?
Hello?
Hi, Bridget.
Hello, I'm here.
What's going on?
Well, I have a deadbeat dad problem.
What is going on with a deadbeat dad?
Well, he has lied to child support and told him that he's unemployed.
Now, hold on a sec. Now, child support was ordered, let's get that straight, right, in the courts, in a divorce?
It wasn't a divorce. He's just the father of my daughter's
When was the original child support order entered?
It was just like maybe a couple of months ago, and then he was court ordered to pay $250 a month.
And that was based on a formula, right? Yes, it was. Well,
yeah,
okay.
based on $10.50 an hour. But
okay, so $250 for one child?
No.
For what?
For two.
For two kids?
for 2 kids, and one of my grandsons has cancer, and he has totally just stepped out.
But hold on. He's not responsible for your grandson, right?
Well, he's responsible for 2 of his boys, yeah.
I'm not getting. I'm not
She's a
getting.
grandmother. You're the grandmother?
I'm the grandmother. It's my daughter's boys.
Okay, hold on. Did you adopt these boys?
No.
Oh, you're not. This is not. This is your daughter's biological baby daddy. That's what you're talking about, not yours. Okay, that's why I was confused. So you're calling for your daughter who is not getting child support from the deadbeat biological father.
Correct.
Okay, and he was ordered to pay $250 for 2 kids, and you said one of those babies has cancer?
Yes, he's 4 and he has cancer in his spine.
How is he doing?
What was that?
How is he doing, the 4-year-old?
He's doing pretty good.
I mean, is he gonna beat this? What do the docs say?
Well, he had a tumor removed in January, an 8-inch long tumor removed in January from his spine, and he has severe scoliosis, so they have to fit him for a brace now, and he just had an MRI, so he's doing pretty well.
Now I know that you dislike this guy immensely, but I'm not talking financially. Is he a dad otherwise?
No.
Not at all.
No, and he makes really, really good money too. And
how did he lie? How did he lie?
I believe first he demanded a DNA on one of the boys, which came back, of course, that he was his. And then he told him that he was making $10.50 an hour, when in fact he works with a construction company making. We've got deposit slips that he left from his checks. We've got all kinds of proof of how much money he makes, yet child support.
Is he represented by an attorney?
No.
Are you? Or your daughter, I mean?
No, we don't have the money for
So
that.
what do you do when you go into, do you ever go into court ever, or was it all done through automatic formulas and stuff?
Well, I took her to child support the other day, and they did nothing, so then we went to the courthouse.
No, the initial, how'd you get the initial $250?
That's what, my daughter went to child support, and that's what they based everything off of his supposed income.
Okay, hold on a sec. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair are offering they're offering this transmission service, which is second to none. $119. We're talking dropping the pan, changing the fluids, the filter, all of the inspections needed. And they will do this all for $119. That's labor, that's parts, that's fluids, that's the filter, that's everything. That is a great price. Why are they doing it? They're hoping that if they find something wrong, you're going to have it fixed. They're not going to create something wrong, but they want to fix things. And they want to be your company in the future. You can trust them. I know Mark, personally, the owner, Machowski, is a great guy. Santa Fe Drive, just south of Dartmouth. Budget A1 Transmission and auto repair. They do all kinds of auto repair. 303-781-9858. $119 here for a transmission service complete. That's 303-781-9858.
Hello. Hey Tom, could I do like 45 seconds inviting some of your listeners to join me this evening at a concealed carry refresher course at Centennial Gun Club? Sure.
When do you want to do it?
When you come back?
Okay. You should have heard this call, Ross.
It was a prank, and the kid online too has info on that prank. It's a newer prank.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
what happened?
Guy called saying he had Auschwitz.
His grandfather was a war hero.
He really sounded serious.
And his grandfather gave him gold teeth.
And gave him something very important, and the government's taking it away. And I said, what is he? He says, gold teeth from Jewish victims. And I said, and then I thought, okay, could this? And I said, but why would he have these? How would he get them? And he said he took them. And I said, did he serve in the U.S. Army? He says, no, of course not. He was a Nazi, and they were Jew teeth. So then I realized, okay, this is bullshit. This is terrible.
Well, dumped him?
Oh, of course.
We dumped him. Line 2
You can't undo the whole segment.
No.
You said that's a prank coming around?
What?
That's a prank that people are doing?
I guess I'm just this is what the kid said, so I'm putting them on, but I don't know the
if I
details.
want to give life to it.
No.
I mean, by going back to it.
Do you want to sit here?
No.
No. Sit
I
here.
agree with
I'm
that.
literally
going to do like
I can show you better.
45 seconds.
I can show you. That way I can show you. Here's
I'm just not sure I want to give life to it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I should
no, I
go
agree
back
with
and
you.
have the guy say he knows about the call.
But you know, that's what you.
Although maybe it would help others though if they hear these similar calls. Maybe.
Now more small businesses in more places.
It's a tough one.
Comcast Business. Bill.
Is there any way to talk to him off the air before you do it to make sure he, well, that way you make sure he's not.
But I can dump the guy. I can dump that guy. That's,
Oh, okay.
But that's not
this other one sounded.
so.
It sounded like a legit problem.
Yeah.
But when he said, Jewish, gold from the teeth, I thought, okay, that could still be. If the Marin was an American soldier, I said, but why would he want these?
Why would he keep? Why
And
would
then he said, well, he got them, and then it was terrible. Why would someone though even think that's a prank? That's what I don't even understand.
Unless there's some kind of weird alt-right nut or something.
That's my
I don't
thought.
know what that
They're part of
accomplishes
that.
for them
They're part
either.
of that set.
Right.
It's disturbing. Says this Jew.
You didn't want to play my game with those little candies.
No, I play your game.
I don't know what time, so
I'd rather do a
Ron,
better
I
candy
feel
sale.
you can do him whenever,
There's some
and
bad
Al
candies.
is focused.
Remember that there's gray ones in there?
Yeah, this one I think licorice or something, which is bad anyway. You remember those Necco? You know those Necco wafer candies that come in the white roll, the little round disc
Different
candies?
colors?
They've been around like 100 years, but the factory was just closed down.
Are they like wafers?
Yeah, they're terrible.
They're like they melt kind of in your mouth.
If you hold them long enough.
They're classic American candy, but they're horrendous.
Why they closed down?
They think not making enough money.
Who would buy them?
Yeah, someone bought them.
Okay, well, how does Krispy Kreme stay in business? I mean, they're literally manufacturing death. How do they stay in business?
What do you mean? Like,
Because
just
it's
because they're so unhealthy?
There's not one redeeming factor, not one.
Well, isn't the
Starvation,
deliciousness enough?
actually fasting is better. So, but what I don't understand is, I have a snack idea that would top that. But I can't in good conscience think, I mean, how do you sell something? How do they sell? There's a line all the time, and they're the most delicious things. It's just that I guess they do. Just like pastas places.
Well, pretty much all candy is like that, though, right?
If you
Candy
had
in general.
if I called my place bowls of sugar and comfort, noodles and comfort, bowls of sugar and comfort, would anybody come?
Probably not.
No.
But Krispy Kreme sounds.
But delicious frosting and company. You might.
We're
You
all
might.
Those Krispy Kremes are beyond delicious. There's something.
They melt in your mouth.
Oh my God! When they're hot and they come off, you're just like,
Yeah, this girl was just telling me when their sign is on, light it up. It means they're hot coming out of the oven now. And you want to eat the hot donuts, you go when the sign is on.
what I want to know, truly, and this is truly true. We all know it. Let's face it. And I don't give a shit what vegans tell me. Things that are bad for you taste the best. Why is that? Why?
It's true.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. K&H Home Solutions. Remember that name if you're looking for siding or windows or doors, especially now because they got some great sales going on. Like 30% off your siding. We're talking Everlast siding. That's a lifetime product, durability, completely sealed and waterproof, color through and through, wood texture and feel. What I love about it is that you have a company as well that will stand behind it. I had windows done 30 years ago. They just came back to do something on a screen, I swear to you. That's how they work. 303-421-7100, but better to make your own appointment, and you get free triple pane upgrade with windows. So you pay for regular windows, get triple pane, plus 30% off siding. That's khwindows.com to make your own appointment in-home. khwindows.com. Check them at referralist.com. So we've been talking about all of your problems, questions, complaints. We also have with us Crackerjack mudjacking, and we'll talk more about what mudjacking is and what it does coming up. And then we have people hanging online. But Ross Kaminsky, my colleague from the morning show, he does a morning show here, and if my listeners haven't caught his show, he wants to invite them to something tonight, is it?
Yeah, Centennial Gun Club is having this fantastic concealed carry refresher course, which I took myself 2 weeks ago.
What is a refresher course? You don't need it to keep your permit.
You don't need it to keep, but the laws change all the time. And even just your own psychology, some of the cool stuff about this course, you talk about, are you actually in the right headspace to know that if you need to use a gun, that you know what to do and that you will do it, because it'd be better probably to be unarmed than to be armed and not do the right thing because your psychology isn't right. Plus, you got to know the law. Like one example, Tom, and this is at home as much as concealed carry, but just an example. You hear noise in your garage, it's attached to your house, you open the garage door, you go out, there's someone in your garage getting on your motorcycle, about to drive away with your motorcycle. He's in your garage. Can you use your gun?
Well, common sense tells me no, because he's trying to get away on a motorcycle and not threatening your life. I mean, that's what I would think. Am I right or wrong?
You are right on that.
Okay.
But
doesn't your life have to be in jeopardy?
Your life or the life of another person.
Right.
You can protect others.
We don't have a stand your ground, do we?
Yeah, we do. In your home. In your home. Yeah. I'm trying to think
because
out
Florida has a stand your ground no matter where you are.
Yeah.
You can't be pushed around, which is insane. I mean, because many times, so what? Get pushed. I mean, you're going to kill somebody? It's like weird.
But you learn a lot in this class about the law, about all kinds of things.
Is it?
And it's tonight, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., and it's only $6.30 for 630 KHOW.
Oh, cool.
And so if you go to centennialgunclub.com/KHOW.
What if you don't have
And I'm going to come hang out with the listeners before the class. So I'm going to get there around 5:15 and hang out until 6.
So guys, go anyway. Even if he's coming. But no, Ross, hold on. Seriously, if this is a refresher, what if you don't have a course at all? Would this serve as a course or
no?
No,
and you don't shoot at this course.
Okay.
You don't bring your guns.
Okay.
You learn law, policy. You learn how to get more accurate.
So how do they find out about it?
centennialgunclub.com/KHOW.
All right, cool. Thanks. Thank you very much. Now, let's talk about this deadbeat dad, Bridget. Okay. There is a court order for $250. But you're saying he's not even paying that, and that's artificially low because of his lying. A court order for 2 kids, $250 for your granddaughter and her babies. Okay, now, your daughter. Yeah, I'm sorry, your daughter and her babies. So, what I need to know is, how do you prove he's lying? You have to go to court. She has to file a motion to amend the child support. And why? No matter what she does, she has to do it, even if it's handwritten. And let me tell you the importance of that. Because anything she gets in the future will go retroactive to the date she filed. Now, how do you go beyond that? We'll find out. So hang on, and we'll talk to a child support attorney coming up. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. That and more coming your way.
Okay,
I know you've heard of...
Next hour, this call, she's at home working today. I know she's around. And I'll go back to questions for you.
Number of things: a narrow palate, jaw alignment, or neuromuscular problems, a birth defect, or an injury, or a combination of things.
That kid was so mad for you. It's a Howard Stern prank that started like 15 years ago. You know Howard Stern is Jewish, so like, I'm not excusing it, but somehow I think he feels like he can get away with those jokes.
He doesn't. He would never do that. He wouldn't do that.
Who?
It's people calling into our show.
Did Jeff give you that feedback the other day?
He would
for our bets?
Howard Stern? Absolutely. He freaking facilitates it.
I haven't changed it.
Ask Tom.
No, there are people that call me show.
You say they're gonna.
Yeah, but there's bits that he does. I was told this was a bit.
Ever.
I mean,
Is it a bet? But I don't think he would.
I am 95%.
Oh, jeez,
95% there.
But
Hey, we're not even the first preseason game yet, man. I gotta see.
That's akin to,
Well, I'm already gonna win a case of beer. No matter whether I'm gonna win the second case of beer.
No, small pack. Oh, you have another case of beer? Ask
Well, no,
ever
I'm just
think
saying. I'm already gonna win the 12 pack
actually do that. I mean,
by them winning.
not make the call,
games.
facilitate them with his
So.
people.
Well, we gotta do
Well, I still think same
I
for the Vegas
canceled
stuff.
for it, got
Your brother
David,
was
and
7.5.
said, forget it, just have
So,
Tom do it. I'm just
7
going to
or
leave
less,
well enough
I win.
alone and have you do
8
both.
or 4, you win.
I don't know.
That's not
I said, I tried to
I
get
know,
time
that's
out
what
of
I'm
him, and then
saying.
he said I
If
changed
it's
my
7.5,
then I win. That's better for us.
you
Yeah,
need
I
8 to
figured
win.
so. So I was going to leave well enough alone with Brent.
7.5 means
A tie.
there's no way you can get 7.5. That's the thing.
Absolutely you can.
No, you can't. You can't win 7.5 games.
Anything greater than 7, I win. And if there's a tie, it's considered.
Anything greater than 7, you win. which means you need
Right,
to
right.
you need
No,
to win.
no, a tie, if they won 7 and a tie, I would win.
Well, they're not going to tie. Well, they might tie. No, that ties don't matter. 7.5 is over or under. So 7.5.
No,
eight or more you win. 7 or less I win.
That's not what the way it read.
That's totally.
That's
I know that's
it
not the way it
read.
read. That's how we should do it, though. That's how it works when you do over under 7.5. The point is, I'm going to win anyway. So I'm just trying to make it a little bit more fair for you.
And that would be more fair. Would be 6.5.
Whatever. They're not winning more than 7 games. So just, you know, you have way more confidence than you should, my friend.
Well, like I said, I do, and granted, I'm only going to be one fantasy league this year.
Only one?
I don't think people are going to watch football.
They blow everybody's out of the freaking water with ratings.
And this new rule, the tackling rule.
Oh, it's stupid.
It's going to lengthen games by half hour.
They're going to new rule.
Tackling?
Yeah. Like basically, if essentially your helmet touches another player, you get
I
penalized.
saw a penalty called the other day in the first preseason game, and I thought
Tell Tom I brought him a
there was
cup of
nothing
coffee.
wrong with that. He
Oh,
led with
it's
his
getting
shoulders.
stupid.
It's going to get, just like, do you remember in the grass rule? I tell you, we got the dumbest commissioner. That commissioner is just, he gets everything wrong.
Right.
I don't think he's done a good thing.
Well, it's important for him to understand that we are playing football.
Right.
I mean,
well, and I know the concussion thing, and one thing is the better helmets, whatever. I know the spearing,
Right.
they've had that for a while. That's easily do. But if you can't lead, now they say if a runner leads with his head, like jumps over the line or whatever, it's just like sliding.
And you can't.
So it's where you start to jump over. So that means anybody on a goal line and they jump over, lead with their head. To me, the rule is it's not a touchdown because it'll be before that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because that's where the play ends.
That's where where they started is where the play ends. Exactly.
Because they can't stop here, it'll be considered spirit.
I assume. And I read an article on that. They haven't totally come out with that. But this new commissioner, that guy makes $60 million or something.
Is that right?
Well,
he does all right.
Oh, but look at how he screwed up so many. For how long it took him. What was the guy that punched his girlfriend in the elevator?
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
It took him 3 months until that was out in the public. He wasn't going to even do anything to him.
Well, he wanted to sweep it under the rug. He didn't want the embarrassment. Rather than facing the problem, dealing with it, moving on. Right. Let's just sweep this under the rug.
And then Adrian Peterson, where yes, he spanked his kid and stuff and got it there. They kicked him out for a whole season.
Right.
A whole season. So, like I said, anyway, that's kind of stuff that's going to just ruin
it ruins the game. We don't need them to last another 30 minutes. They last long enough. Yeah, they really do.
NFL with the new football.
You can't touch them with your helmet rule. There's going to be so many penalties.
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody knows. How they're going to. Nobody knows.
Well, in the first preseason game, they called a couple calls on it. It was like, if that's a penalty, then you can't tackle people anymore.
Or you got to tackle them heads up.
Right. Exactly. And that is really the rule they were explaining after the penalty was called, that if the tackler bends to go in.
But if they hit him with their shoulder pads, okay though, right?
Right, but he did hit him with the shoulder pads, but they called him because he bent and his helmet brushed the guy. But he hit him, his initial contact was with the shoulder pad.
You're right.
It's nuts.
So the Broncos play Saturday, I believe.
They do Saturday night.
And where is that? Is that here?
It's here.
Yeah. I like the place. Yeah, I'm from Minnesota, so I used to like the Vikings. When I got here, I switched over.
Yeah.
Happy cultures. But that's preseason.
I love going to the games.
I think to me, it's a waste of a whole day.
Yeah.
It is, to me. Because you're battling traffic there, battling traffic back. You're there with a bunch of drunks, unless you're drunk.
They really sit on that pretty hard now. It's not like it used to be.
What do they sit on?
People getting drunk and getting obnoxious. I mean, if someone starts getting out of control drunk,
they pull them
What's
right
out of
down.
control?
Well, you know, if they start being belligerent, yelling at people, cussing, that kind of stuff, they'll pull them. They actually have a drunk tank on the bottom of the stadium.
No.
They'll just pull you and put you. And then they punish you and put you in the drunk tank in the stadium so you can hear everybody having a good time for the rest of the game. That's fun.
Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling.
I'm your troubleshooter. Welcome to this show. I promise it will be exciting, and we will help people. That's what we do. This hour brought to you by Fix It 24/7. If you listen to this one, if you want to get your furnace ready, listen, you may say, Tom, shut up, don't talk cold. I'm not talking cold now because it's not going to be cold for a long time. But do you understand the wisdom of doing things when there is no pressure? Right now, Fix It 24/7 will do a complete inspection of your furnace right now and clean and disassemble to the point they can do it. And also adjustments. It's more than just clean, and it's adjustments and tuning. Fine-tuning for $39. Or if you want to have the AC done, they'll do the same for the AC, $39. Now, this is an offer for the next 10 people only. Sorry, you got to put a limit on it. It is an extraordinary deal from an extraordinary company, Fix It 24/7. The number is 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939, next 10 callers. Their website's fixmyhome.com. Okay, let's keep talking here. And let's see what's on your mind. Crackerjack Mudjacking is with us. And I'll get to some questions about mudjacking, mainly because it's just misunderstood. They've been here so long that they've had 20,000 jobs. That's hard to believe. Gosh, 20,000 jobs. We're going to talk about a deadbeat dad when we get our attorney, Suzanne, if we can get... let's get Bonnie Shields on the line for her. We help with legal advice and everything here because we have attorneys, we have healthcare workers, doctors, we have accountants, we have professionals. Hey, we have mudjacking even, right? Twyla, Maximum Auto. Is it Maximum Auto Search? Is that the name of the company?
Maxim.
Oh, Maxim. Okay. I want to make sure. Maxim. Maxim. What is going on with Maxim, Twyla?
Okay, I called you last time, a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, wait. You called. What did you call about originally? Spark my memory here.
Okay, when I took my call back 8 times.
For what?
It's under warranty. It was 13, and they...
It's under... Hold on. It's under warranty
right.
Because you bought a special warranty?
No, on the paperwork, I got 3 months.
Okay.
A 3-month warranty coverage and or 3,000 miles.
Okay, and dear, when did you make this purchase?
July 5th.
And so you brought it back for what problem? Let's just establish that.
Because it was when I stepped on the gas, it was jerking.
And so you took it back, and they failed to fix it.
Yes.
And that's what you're. And you kept taking it back, but did they? But they did not refuse to fix it. It's just that they basically did not know how to fix it. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay, hold on, dear. I just want to get to this line because Bonnie Shields, an attorney, is taking time out, and I don't want her to bill me. So I want to talk to her. Hey, Bonnie.
Hi, good morning, Tom.
Hey, we have a quick question, and Bridget's calling for her daughter. So this is her daughter and the baby daddy. They were never married, but there was a court order, not a court order, but she went to child support, and they ordered $250 a month for 2 kids, based on what he told them, okay? So you got the picture, right? And now... right now, he's not only not making the $250, but they believe he lied about his income. So I have a few questions, but Bridget, I want to get this straight. He has not made any payments at all, Bridget, because it was just ordered a few months ago. Has he made any payments?
No, he won't help her unless she lets him move in and have a relationship, which she does not want.
Well, of course not, and that's not...
She has to kiss his, you know what.
Now listen, here's what I want to know. Did he acknowledge that he does owe the money, or does he think he doesn't?
He pretty much thinks he doesn't owe the money. We have proof of everything he makes. He left.
How'd you get proof?
He left his bank's deposit slip, his check stubs.
When?
Recently, she let him stay there like a couple of weeks ago for maybe 4 days, and he left a bag full of receipts.
Bonnie, what does she do? She has a bag full of receipts of deposits, and I don't know what that proves, but basically you heard it. It's a mess. What does she do? I mean, what's her first step?
She has two choices. She can go back to child support. Well, first of all, does he work for somebody, or does he get self-employed?
He works with Kaufman Construction.
But is he a W-2 employee?
No. He has like his own like side business name with a construction company. I'm not sure how it works.
Okay. So first of all, she should call child support enforcement and ask them what steps they're taking to enforce their order. They can do things like take away a driver's license. I know it has to be considerably far behind. They can also file motions for contempt.
Right.
If he's not paying bacon.
And it won't cost her.
It won't cost your daughter a dime. The other thing your daughter can do, and she doesn't have to have an attorney to do it, she can, she should ask child support enforcement to look at it again because he lied about his income, and she should provide that documentation to them and see if they'll just adjust the child support. That would be the best way to do it, and it's totally free. If she has to, file a motion.
Hold on, Bonnie. Bridget, no matter what you did, I understand that. You have to go to child support enforcement specifically, her, not you.
I took her just 2 days ago.
And she filed a complaint that she's not getting support. Is that right?
Yes.
What did they say they're going to do?
Nothing.
No, they didn't say that. They said, we are going to do nothing about this.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, Bridget, what did they say? Did they say, we'll look into it? Or did they literally say, I am sorry, we are not going to do anything?
That's pretty much what they said. They're going by what he makes.
Okay, I didn't ask that at all. Never asked that. What I asked was, the missing payments, what are they going to do to enforce the order? I'm not talking about increasing the amount. What are they going to do?
That I do not know.
That is what we need to target. I want to target. You see, many times people go in with a universal problem, and no one knows what to shoot because they don't know what the target is. Right now, I want specifically your daughter to say nothing but this. He is not making payments, period. What are you doing to enforce it? I need help. And tell them, I told you to do that, and I want to know the answer, too. I'm serious. I want you to do it today. I want her to call and say, listen, I need an answer. I need an answer. If the answer is, we will not do anything, I need that answer. You make them give you an answer. Then your file goes to the top of the heap because you're not an idiot mouth breather, and they know they can't get away with just shining you on. So once you ask, what are you doing to enforce the order, then I want to know the answer. What's the next thing, Bonnie? She needs to do something about the amount. Now the missing payments, they can go and put liens and do stuff that Bridget, her daughter, can't. But what about revising the amount? They said, and rightly so, we're going by the information he provided. So what do they do?
I think she'll probably have to file a motion with the court to modify the child support. Sometimes when they've modified it, they don't even want to look at it until it's been a couple of years.
Right.
It's just bureaucracy issues. So,
but if they file a modification, they must look at it.
Right, and it will be retroactive to the date she files that motion. So she should file a motion to modify child support very, very, very soon.
Now she can pretty much almost handwrite that thing pro se to the...
She could, and if you go to the courthouse, they'll even give you the forms. You might be charged a few dollars for them to print them off, but the court has the forms, or they're available free online as well, and directions.
So, Bridget, did you hear that? If she goes and gets the form, she files it. She doesn't talk about it. She files it. An amendment, or excuse me, a motion to amend child support or to modify child support.
Okay.
And then, after she does that, I want you to get back in touch with us. Okay? It's really important that you do that. And Bonnie, these won't be ignored. That one question, what are you doing to enforce? And second, the modification, they will not be ignored, will they?
No, I think the squeaky wheel is really going to be helpful in getting them to enforce it. If he's not paying anything at all.
And Bridget, trust me, we really mean this. You call us back, and we won't forget the case. Suzanne, mark this down for her. She has 2 things to do. She has to file a modification. She can even handwrite it on the form they give her, a modification of child support. And the next one is the child support enforcement. You ask them, what steps are you taking? I need to know. Do not, or tell me if you're refusing to do anything. Those questions get action. Bonnie Shields is at 303-798-1927. She's our family law expert. Now, peeps, when I say do this and do that, it's not to shine you on, really. It's not to get rid of you. There are ways to attack a problem that get action, and there are ways that don't. If you use a shotgun approach, oh, the injustice of it all. And you know those calls because, and there's nothing wrong with that, people feel that. You can tell by the calls, they call in and say, I've tried everything. You see what I'm saying? But did you do this? And even though they did go and they called, they'll say, well, yeah, we called. No, it's not going to do any good. It's different when you don't use a shotgun and you say specifically, you order $250 a month. He is not making any payments. I need to know your plan to enforce this order. I need to know. Or you must tell me you're refusing to do anything. I need to know. And I'm working with someone. You can even say, Tom Martino said, I should rely on you. And he would like to know the answer. Look, I'm just in the middle here. I'm trying to get my child support. But I guess it's a fair question. What are you doing? You have tools at your disposal I don't have. Just don't leave without an answer, even if you make them say we're not going to do anything. Please hold them to it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Take this website down for a free solar analysis of your lot. It's done by Roofline Imagery, radiation reports from NOAA, and map software. It's free, and you get it in 20 minutes. And there's no obligation. Cam Solar is providing it because they're going to guarantee that 20-year production. They're also going to guarantee parts and labor for 20 years. Parts and labor. For solar systems, no out-of-pocket money, tax credits pay for it, along with low-cost financing. So you are making payments instead of electrical, and it saves you money from day one. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter, free analysis. Go camsolar.com/troubleshooter. Okay, I finally got some questions here. This is good. And
report is brought to you by Audible. Good news, a couple of big crashes are clearing out. Actually, that wreck on the north end along southbound I-25 approaching 136, that's been cleared off to the shoulder. All lanes have reopened. Good news there. And just some activity off to the right shoulder.
So Maxim, I can't even find it. I can't find it either. I see Maximum
Auto Surge, yeah,
but not Maxim.
The weather forecast.
Suzanne, does she have a phone number or an address for Maxim? We can't find it anywhere. Could you ask her quickly?
Around 60. Right now, I've got a few clouds hanging out above, and it's 81 in the Mile High City. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
On the website, or
make summer days even brighter. Use the app at the beach and soak up mysteries, bestsellers, motivation, and more, while you soak up the sun. Start a 30-day trial, and your first one is free. Go to audible.com.
You know, so many people call me when they're injured and they say, Tom, who should I call? And I say, John Fuller, Fuller Law. John Fuller has seen all kinds of cases on personal injury, and he can give you an honest assessment of that case. Personal injury is nothing to fool around about. The other side will always try to minimize your claim. The other side will always try to make you feel greedy or not entitled. You need someone who will fight for you. If it's someone else's fault, you should be paid. I mean, after all, if you broke someone's window...
What kind of volumes are most that you pump? Like say you had a 20 by 20
but I wouldn't know. I don't even know how to evaluate
a 20 by 20 slab. You know, it really depends on how far it has
What's the link to Maxim? It's the reason you couldn't find it. It's 2 X's. But I emailed you both their websites. So you
What
know
is it called?
Maxim Motors. And I just took the phone number she gave me and Googled it. She's not calling it the right name.
I see it now. Okay, sports. Maxim Motors. It's here. MaximMotors.com with 2 X's. Dumbest thing you can do for a website. He thinks he's clever, but the Maxim Motors with 1 M is going to go 1 X is going to get all this traffic. Now, crackerjack, mudjacking, I don't think you can make a mistake.
Yeah, how do you fix that?
How do you screw it up?
Oh, she spelled it. It's Maxim, M-A-X-X-U-M?
Yeah.
U-M.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. And you can do it at doihavepreddiabetes.org. But you're probably not going to, are you? Kids, work, listening to the radio. You're busy, which is great because busy people can get prediabetes. Oh my, I read that wrong. They can. Should have worn my glasses. So visit doihavepreddiabetes.org and take a short test because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, I can recommend no one better than Frank Duran, the real estate man, part of Remax Alliance. He's proven time and time again he can often sell homes quicker and for more money than the asking price. Call Frank Duran for a free market evaluation and see what he can do for you. Buying or selling, go with Frank Duran, the real estate man. 303-920-1622 or frankduranhomes.com.
When the need for senior care arises, there's no place like home. Your loved ones should never have to give up living at home. Visiting Angels will provide home care for your mom or dad at home up to 24 hours.
But when you lifted this, so I question, I mean, it doesn't just like flatten out or everything. I assume it probably follows a path of least resistance. You might get like, like going like through a river or something where you pump it, or no? Do you think it just like...
It will take the path of least resistance until the void is full.
Okay.
Once the void is full, then it will evenly lift everything straight back.
Okay.
And we can usually level stuff right back out exactly where it was. When we do a garage floor, 95% of the time you can see the original chalk line on the wall. If you can't see the chalk line, you can see the splatter line because they get a little splatter as they pour it out. Well, you put it exactly back on that line. And, typically we use 1 to 2 cubic yards of material on an average job. Sometimes if we're doing a void fill, we've done void fills where we put 20, 30 cubic yards.
Oh, you're kidding
into one project. Yeah, if they've got a real bad problem. And that's the nice thing about it too. It depends on how far we're lifting it. We've lifted garage floors 13 inches. People let them go that far, where the car tilts when they pull in, and so, we can lift.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. David Salisbury is an attorney at law for trusts, probate, wills, and anything to do with inevitable law, estate law. What I love about David is he will give you free consultations. In fact, he answers a lot of questions, even if you don't even end up using them. But what I love about him is when you decide to have work done, it's flat rate. Flat rate, meaning you're not nickel and dime, like a trust, $2,000, complete. Now, that might have changed. I had it done. Okay, a will, starting at around $600, most wills, unless it's very, very complicated. But that's what I mean. So then when he asks for information and he calls you and you call back and you ask, he doesn't keep track 0.6, 0.8 of an hour, 1.3, and you don't get that kind of a bill. 720-493-3911. Everyone needs them. Everyone. Estates, probate, wills, trusts, whatever. 720-493-3911. Okay. So, Twyla, Maxim auto problem, basically. Okay, we're here on the website. They sell cars, Maxim Motors, M-A-X-X-U-M, and basically it's this simple. You bought a car with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty July 5th, and they haven't fixed the problem. It all boils down to that, right, Twyla?
Yes.
And when you called before, did we call Maxim for you? I don't have my notes.
Yes.
And I was told if they didn't do anything to give you a call back. So
Okay. Did they not attempt to do something, or did they, did they attempt? And not?
They did, but the problem is still there. But the thing is, the last time I took it in, the girl, her name is April, she just started. I don't know if she wasn't there, and the mechanic wanted to go for the ride with me. I drove out of their parking lot, and it jerked, and I said, did you feel that? And they said, no.
Okay.
So
can I say something, Twyla?
Yes.
Something you may not want to hear. It could be, I'm not saying it is, it could be that the characteristic you're describing is normal. It could be. Maybe not, maybe it is. It could be. We have had this happen before. Cars have different characteristics. A certain little lunge or jerk, as you call it, is not unusual with some transmissions. Yes, Suzanne.
Could it be a loose nut behind the wheel?
Oh, come on. You are copying Mark. Don't take that personally, Twyla. We're just kidding. Now,
what kind of car is it, Twyla?
It's a Chevy 2011 HHR.
Okay, here's what I want to do. What you need to do. Because we can't help you unless you do this. Remember I said to call us back? Because here's what step 2 is. Step 1 is, of course, giving them a chance to fix it. They obviously don't recognize the problem or can't fix it. So here's what we do next. We have SOS inspections, or we have automotive MDs. They're both mobile diagnostic services. What does SOS do single diagnostics?
SOS does pre-inspection purchases.
Only?
Yes.
Will he? But for the show, doesn't he do stuff like?
Once in a great while, he'll do us a favor, Tom. Yeah, and check it out.
No,
for us.
it's not once in a great while. He does us favors a lot. But would he do it for her? Not as a favor. Can he just come up with a flat rate for that? Would he do it? Ask him. I need to know that, because we need single problem diagnosis sometimes. Or ask automotive MDs. They're both on the referral list at referralist.com. Okay, so Crackerjack Mudjacking, Jim Snyder's here. Jim, 20,000 jobs. Holy crap. People want to know about your repairs. Just for you tuning in, almost all concrete repairs are due to the substrate, the dirt underneath, sinking or falling or moving, or what else? What does it do? It just goes away. It's a void, right? It compresses, it washes away with underground water maybe.
Underground water or poor compaction.
So what they want to know is, what do you do about heaving? You talked about sinking. What about heaving?
Heaving is an extreme problem in the Front Range, and unfortunately, if it's expansive clay and it's heaved, you have to tear it out and dig the clay out.
Okay.
There is no other solution. However, there are situations, if the foundation wall, for example, in the garage has extra height to it, we can sometimes overlift to that. And
so you lift the other part to make it even?
The part that didn't heave, we lift to make it even. Now, that's really it's
rare.
Job per job thing, and we have to look at it, and that's why we provide a free, no obligation, no cost inspection.
See, that's amazing.
And we'll take a look at it.
See, on that free, no obligation, no cost, how do you go wrong? Because they'll just tell you, nah, we can't do it. Or we can do it. 303-410-7787. And they're not going to charge you for failed attempts. 303-410-7787. Okay, we have more questions for him coming up. I want to take a quick call here and talk to Bill about his roof. Go ahead, Bill.
Hey, how's it going?
What's happening, Bill?
Hey, am I out of line? Getting a little upset. They're doing the roof now, and when it comes to the gutters,
who's doing it? I don't care who's doing it right now. They're doing the gutters, and what about it? What?
They're not going to replace the downspouts.
Who's not? The insurance company or the roofer?
Construction company. They put down a zero amount.
Well, okay, maybe, Bill, they didn't see damage. Did the adjuster see damage?
I don't know.
Here's how it works, Bill. The adjuster gives you an estimate and shows what's wrong, and the roofer gives you an estimate and shows what's wrong. Sometimes
the adjuster is who put zero. But my gripe is, if they're not damaged, I ain't got a problem with that. But these gutters are from the last hailstorm we had.
It doesn't matter how many hailstorms you had. If they're not going to replace them because they're old, they're going to replace them if they were damaged. So a simple question, Bill. Simple question. Are they damaged?
They got a few things on them, not a lot. But what I'm saying is the color is not going to match up to a new gutter.
They're not they're not required to change them because the color doesn't match.
Is that right?
No, of course not. They're not required to. Otherwise, you could have a new house. I mean, they don't do stuff like that. If you do siding on one side, the paint may not match. They're not going to change the siding out or pay for a new paint job. Now, I'm saying that based on my understanding in the past, but I can double check it for you. Suzanne, can you call Jay? I think he's still hanging out listening to the show right now. He's on sick leave. Now, of course, Excel Roofing's still going strong, but let's just ask a flat-out question about things that don't match and what insurance companies do. Okay, so hold on, Bill. We'll try to get you an answer there. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I love RVs. I used to have like 4 of them. Mark and Suzanne have one. I love them. I used to joke that RV stands for real vacation. But here's the deal. You can buy an RV anywhere in the country. You're never going to find a better deal than right here with CentryRV.com. Mark did a nationwide search, and he used Century RV because they had the best service and the best price. They're also on a referral list at referrallist.com. That meant a lot too, but he just wanted to see what he could find, and he got the best deal. You will too. If you shop around, you'll convince yourself. But the good part is they're right here for service. You just drive up north, I-25, and the 119 turnoff, that's where their place is. They have new and used up there, and then if you want to shop, they don't have a service department out in Lakewood, but they have a showroom, indoor, 32,000 square feet, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley. CentryRV.com, 303-453-1111.
So imagine pricing, that's what everybody asks, is probably all over. It really is job dependent.
Typically, we're 30% of the replacement cost or less. So it's very economical, but we do have to look. And say you're lifting a 10 by 10, 1 inch, and there's no void underneath it, very quick and simple, $395, we're in and out. But if you're lifting that same slab, 4 inches, and there's a foot of void underneath it before it'll lift, then you're going to be $500-600. So that's why we give them free estimates when we go to look at them, because
you don't know how much void is underneath, do you?
Sometimes we blow it. And we'll drill holes and go, oh geez, we got 18 inches of void here.
Well, how do you know how much void there is?
We guess. Sometimes you can see.
Well, the void is just in one spot.
Right. Then we eat it. Because we
or the other way around, you go to a deep spot, but it's only this wide, and then the rest of it's in.
Well,
that doesn't happen.
That typically doesn't happen. Generally, if there's a void, it's through 80 or 90% of the time. And occasionally...
Oh, really? You don't get just pockets of void?
That's what I was thinking.
Sometimes, but it's really rare. Usually, if it sinks underneath there, the whole thing goes in.
But then why sometimes it's only one side of it?
They just didn't compact that side, or they have a drain spout that's running and dumping water in that side and causing the soil to compress.
But when you say sinking, does it usually sink evenly? Because I thought they always sink down like this.
It's probably half and half. Some of them tilt out like this, some of them just drop directly.
And some go like that.
And some go like that. And it really does depend on...
Now, sometimes if it's like this and you do this, does it bring this down?
Yes. If it teeter-totters. So if it's sitting on a high side and this sank, and that's what caused that lift, and they haven't left it too long to get a bunch of dirt washed in, when we lift it, we can drop it.
There's no imagery that can show what's under there and void. Wouldn't that be great?
There is, but it's really expensive.
Oh, really? What kind of imagery?
Well, you can run a camera under there. You can run a camera. You can drill a hole and drop a rod and test it, but most people don't want you to drill a hole until you actually have a contract. So, I mean, we ask her, well, you know, can we drill a hole? No, I don't want you to drill a hole unless you're doing the work. So we really do an educated guess based on 20 years of doing this. Once in a while we'll blow it. My wife, when I was in the hospital, did a job for me. We put 27 cubic yards under a front porch.
No way!
She bid it for 4 yards. They didn't tell her this.
They had a lot of money.
That went somewhere else then.
So I mean, it's time and trouble, but
It's
really
time
in
and
hard
trouble.
cost.
And so what?
In hard cost, do you eat that much when you go extra yardage?
Well, on that job, yes.
27 yards,
But
absolutely.
you do it anyway because you gave them a quote.
But
most jobs, if it's an extra half a yard or a yard, you're talking $30, $40. It's no big deal. You just do the job.
But 27 yards, that had to go somewhere. Where the hell was that going?
They had a fox den that had been under there for 18 years. They had them come and trap the foxes and take them out, but they didn't tell her there was a fox den under there. And the hole was around the side behind some big green junipers. She didn't see it.
Big junipers.
Yeah.
Wow, 27 yards.
27 cubic yards.
Oh, that's probably this room, huh?
Yeah, my foreman called me after he pumped the third full truck in, and he said, "Jim, it's still not full. What do I do?" I said, "You go get a full truck. That's what you do." You know.
27 yards.
Call today for a free no obligation.
What's this room? What do you think what you estimate?
720-893-5559.
This is about probably 50 cubic yards.
How many?
About 50.
So if we had a void this big, it would be 50 yards.
About 50, 60 cubic yards. So half of this room full under a front porch. Yeah. It was something. Yeah.
That's something.
You know, but that's the worst we've ever got burned. Most of the time we're off maybe a yard, yard and a half. And sometimes, probably 90% of the time, because how long we've done this, we know the neighborhoods. And I gave you a wrong number. I told you 20,000 completed jobs. Dan went back and went through our records, 60,000.
Oh my God!
Over 60,000 jobs we've completed in the Front Range.
Oh my God!
Yeah, we do right now between...
You guys are crazy.
Oh yeah, we're busy. Between the 4 trucks, we do 22 jobs a day.
Oh, jeez.
Every day.
Holy
Yeah.
glory.
Yeah.
Wow.
40 weeks a year. You know, in the winter we die, but 40 weeks a year we do 22 jobs every
Do
day.
you go on vacation in the winter?
I do, yeah. Yeah, last year we went to Southeast Asia for a month.
I heard the door slam, and I couldn't tell. Was it just the wind, or was she mad again?
Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. What they do is look at your situation and give you a loan accordingly, whether you need cash out, or you want to do away with the mortgage insurance, or you want to go 16 years or 28 years or 22 years, any term. And the rate, of course, is dependent on your credit score. You see, even though you're approved, there are different rates within an approval. Now, the one they advertise, they can give for everyone. But if you're approved at Ideal Home Loans and they do credit tweaking, optimization, it's legal, it's fast, it's ethical. Sometimes you don't even know they're doing it. They just make an adjustment here or there that needs to be done on your record, and it improves your score and gets you a better price. IdealHomeLoans.com. It's that easy. 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. Jay Bretz is on the phone because we're talking about this roof thing, and it has nothing to do with him. I just want general information. He's our expert, Excel Roofing. So Bill said he's having his roof done, and the adjuster did not include downspouts, just the gutters and the roof. And, in fact, the downspouts weren't replaced last time they had a storm. And Bill wants to know, a conversation happened, not about this particular case, Jay, but in general, Jay Bretz from Excel Roofing, in general, if things don't match, let's say they're going to do siding on one side of the house, and they pay for the siding and the paint job, but the other side now doesn't match. What do insurance companies typically do with that, even with gutters? One side of the gutter, one run of the house, the whole side, they replace the gutter, but it doesn't match the other gutters. What happens? Oh, I got to bring them up. There you go, Jay. Sorry, it's not your fault. Go ahead.
No worries, Tom. How you doing today?
Good. So what about that scenario?
Okay, so here's the deal on gutters. Very rarely have I ever seen an adjuster total just one section of gutters, like on the front side of the house and not the back. Normally, if the gutters are connected, they're going to replace all of them. Now, the downspouts are a little bit different story because the gutters they usually will sustain a lot more damage than downspouts. The gutters tend to get those dents in the bottom of them, but the downspouts are more protected.
Yeah, but we're not talking about damage now. Let's not talk about damage. What about the homeowner says they're not matching? They're the same brand, but we can't paint them the same.
If what the insurance company is obligated to do is to replace the damaged items. And if they feel that the downspouts aren't damaged, then, the gutters would be a different color. And
it's tough.
It's tough. The homeowner would be obligated to paint them if he wants them to be the same exact color.
But there were times when a roof was spotted with damage, and you were able to convince them to do the whole roof because it didn't match.
Absolutely, all the time. And your example about siding, I think, is even better, Tom, because we see that all of the time, where maybe one side of the house has had damage to the siding, but the other three sides don't. And it's literally impossible to match the siding. We get it pretty close, but it's not going to match exact.
So what do insurance companies do?
They only pay for the damaged side, and they say that they're not obligated to do aesthetics, is what they say. They're not obligated to make it match exactly. But then your example about the roof, we see that pretty often, where maybe a hailstorm comes in somewhat sideways, and one side of the house has a lot of damage, the other side doesn't have any. So what we'll do is, if more than 50% of the roof is totaled, we have very good luck with adjusters getting them to total the whole roof.
Okay.
If only maybe 30% of the roof is totaled, then that's a much more difficult thing to do, to get that adjuster to pay for the other 70%.
Thank you, Jay. Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400. Okay, so let's keep going. Suzanne, the guy from Craigslist, I want to get a follow-up here. I told him, here's what he's doing. He's selling a truck or whatever. And, of course, he gets the old typical scam call. I'll pay you, or an email, I'll pay you what you're asking plus a few grand because I got to ship the car, and you have to pay. When I send you the money, you cash the check or deposit it, give me the difference to ship the car back. It's the typical cashier's check scam. And I'm not going to go into the whole diatribe on how to get ripped off and how checks are insecure. And so what you need to do is it's unsecure, by the way, not insecure. So what you need to do is go to the podcast to hear about how checks can sting you even months after they've been written. It doesn't mean they've cleared. Okay, so Guy, what I told him to do, I told him to call back and ask the guy to wire the money, because you can avoid fraud with a wire, especially when you take those funds that have been wired and then transfer them into another account at another bank. So what did the guy say when you said, I won't accept the cashier's check by mail, but I will accept a wire?
Yeah, Tom, it was a boat, $500 boat, and he's going to give me $5,000, and then plus $6,000. But
a $500 boat, $5,000. He went overboard. That screams scam. But anyway, what did he say when you said wire the money?
He never answered the phone, and he probably won't. But my question to you was, isn't that a federal law fee from sending a check from South Carolina and crossing the state line?
It's federal, and the FBI, it's the FBI's jurisdiction, and depending on how it's done, some of those cases are Secret Service, some of them are Treasury, but here's the deal though. You'll never get them to enforce it unless it's so pervasive that it gets attention. For example, those tax scams, the IRS scams, they actually did send out a task force and they arrested dozens of people. You know, the ones who were calling saying you owe back taxes, you're going to go to jail, you got to get a prepaid iTunes card or some ridiculous thing and pay us. So, yeah, you're right. It is a federal offense if they are committing fraud or intend to and trying to lure you, but no one's going to do it. No one cares. I hate to say that, Guy, but it's the truth. So you knew enough not to fall for it. And this boat is $500.
Yeah.
What kind of boat?
Well, it's just a fishing boat, 14-foot aluminum with a trailer. Comes with a trailer.
Wow. How do you $500? And of course, there's no motor or anything, right?
No motor, yeah.
Not even a little trolling. Okay, so, Guy, inevitably people will call us when they, or write to us because they've heard about this on podcasts or something. So we're going to get your information. So, Suzanne, get his information. So if anybody does write to us about it, we can at least refer him. Yeah, that would help, right? 303-713-TALK. Roman wants to follow up on a claim. What's going on? It's a warranty claim, Roman. With what? Did you call before? Oh, I'm sorry. Doggone it, that button. Okay, Roman, did you call? Did you call before, brother?
Yeah, I called about a month ago.
And?
I purchased a used vehicle from a used car lot with a 3-year, 60,000-mile warranty. 3 weeks later, the truck broke down with cylinder misfire. Took it to a mechanic that the dealer referred me to. Warranties, he ended up back and forth for 2 months on approvals to get the truck fixed. He finally called me and said he got approval, which he didn't get proper approval.
Wait.
The warranty service?
He did the work, but now it's not that the warranty won't pay?
Yeah, they denied it due to them not authorized or giving him an authorization number.
Oh, I remember something like this, but we were at this point last time, weren't we? Because I remember... I remember saying it's a technicality, and what difference does it make if he didn't have the right number if they were going to authorize it and it fell within the purview of the warranty? I don't understand this.
So there's another part of the story.
Okay, that's the part I want to hear. Hold on a second, though. What I need to know is how much is the repair?
It was $5,000.
Okay, now, obviously, I believe this guy would not have done the work unless he had approval because he wants to know he's going to get paid and he doesn't want to have to fight for it. So I kind of believe the mechanic. But now the warranty company says, sorry, you didn't do it technically correctly. What's the other part of the story?
So it was, the original diagnosis was a broken valve spring, which the warranty company saying through their data and online manuals that it's a 4-hour job. The mechanic was going back and forth with them saying, no, he needs to have all the heads redone and all this stuff. Pretty much pull the motor. He finally realized that he can do it with the motor still in place, attempted it, broke the valve tip off into the motor, so then it had to be pulled.
Well, that's not the warranty's problem.
Well, no. So here we go. I got the truck back. I consolidated some debt, got enough money to pay the guy the $5,000. It's my only vehicle. I drive for a living, so I needed it back.
All right.
Paid the $5,000. Got it back. It still had a exhaust leak.
All right.
An exhaust manifold.
All right. And did he fix it?
No. He said he would attempt to fix it by unscrewing it and trying to slide another gasket in there.
I understand that.
If it needed to be replaced, the motor would have to come out again.
But Roman, where are we going with this? Hold on. I need to go to the bottom line. My God, you got ripped more ways than I can count. And I'm not sure exactly whose fault it is. Art of Granite. Remember that name. And call him. Get a price on the phone. You can get a price on the phone, Art of Granite. You just call up Mitch Floria or his team. They can do it. Why can they do it? Because they only charge for fabrication and installation. The granite's wholesale, so it's almost always all the same price. And if you want to buy the granite somewhere else, you can use his wholesale account. So get your price on the phone. There's no magic. He does a great job, but he only charges wholesale for the materials. He's a direct stone importer. And he tears out and hauls away free, does the bathroom free when he does the kitchen. So it's easy for him to give you a price on the phone that sticks. That's right. Art of Granite, a great company. 303-386-5919. Get your price. 303-386-5919. artofgranite.net.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
Let's start up in the high country. Just getting word from...
Probably got a tumor in his brain.
You missed a big good one.
I heard it. It was horrible.
Oh, that.
It was horrible. And I could tell you were somewhat preoccupied because it took you way too long to grab it. He was
No,
being.
I wasn't
If you went back and listened to it, man,
Well,
both
I
of you
wasn't
missed.
I might have sounded preoccupied, but I didn't miss anything. What I said was, I assumed he was calling about an American soldier. Then I said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I mean, it was like, because he sounded so sincere, it didn't sound like any
What a
kind of-
dick.
It didn't sound like a ripoff. It didn't.
I picked it up within. I heard the whole call within. I don't know, 20 seconds, man. It was
Why
obvious
20
where it
seconds?
was going.
He didn't say anything about the teeth.
I just have to listen to it again. I'm sitting there going, hang up on him. And I picked the phone up to call Suzanne and tell her to tell you he's a fucking full of shit, and all the lines were busy, so I couldn't get through. And then about, you know, a little bit after that, it became very obvious that,
Well,
that you
as soon as he said teeth, even before he said Nazi, that's when I knew something was wrong, because only a pervert would want to keep teeth.
It's so weird.
So then I said, goodbye. I mean, I don't think there's any harm, because the guys in I mean, it was not me. It's some asshole.
No, of course. Until he says Nazi, that's when,
Well, yeah, but even before that, I was suspecting that. That's where it got terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, for
4506, not only a great chiropractor, but
Suzanne's using your nut behind the wheel.
I heard that too. I didn't hear the problem though. What was the problem? It jerks? What does that mean? I don't get it.
No, it wasn't even about a car. No. She just wanted to
My car jerks. But that's not why I called. I called because I got a mud jacket.
I think we should try to get that Maxim Motors on. Should I go try to get them on?
We've had issues with them before. I think they handled shit.
The one, if it's the one I did, they handled it. That's where the lady came back the next day and she.
I think they've handled a few. I do. I really think they have. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Nice to meet you. I'm Mark.
Jeff. Pleasure.
Nice to meet you. How's biz? Good?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It's probably killing.
Tell how many, 40 a day?
About, let's see, between...
I heard you've done like 20,000 if I heard it
Yeah,
right.
I told Tom that I gave him a wrong number. It's actually over 60,000 over the last 20 years.
Wow, still, that's
But he
a
got
lot
that
of mud,
number
bro.
from me. It's my, yeah, we...
Did you do foam or just mud?
Just mud. We investigated foam and looked into it, and they're the biggest bunch of liars in the industry.
It's
And,
expensive.
well, it is expensive, and they say it's green and non-toxic and environmental. But their own safety data sheet says it causes 3 kinds of cancer, and it,
I ate some. I was
and it
fine.
shouldn't be turned out. You look good, man. You know, it's a new diet. You know, eat the
You
foam.
imagine. Fills your stomach up, but yet no calories.
Absolutely, that's beautiful.
You're never hungry.
There you go.
It's just always full.
Skip the bariatric surgery.
No, I had some done a couple of years ago at my house in Franktown, and man, I was really impressed. I really was. It was a guy I was doing advertising for out in Colorado Springs at the time, and I can't think of the name of him. Like A1 Mudjacking or something.
Yeah, A1's been around for a long
Do
time.
they have springs and here?
Yeah, they've got a guy that has
Are we talking about the old man? No, we're not talking about.
No, you're thinking AAA.
Denton.
Yeah, Howard.
Howard.
Yeah, that's AAA. Yeah.
Howard's a trip, man. You realize he still has a rotary
Doesn't
phone?
have a cell phone.
Yeah, he doesn't answer his calls, and he's got an old.
He calls you back at night.
Yeah, he calls you back at night.
He's really good at calling you back at night, but it's bizarre. And then once a year, he's on the referral list. Once a year, because he doesn't have a website or anything,
Yeah.
he has Tom write him a letter saying how many years he's been on the referral list and what a good guy he is. And he'll go to an office place and get about 30 of them copied. And then he'll use those to hand out to clients.
Hand them out.
That is his old school gets.
Well, you know, it's working for him.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I think he may be getting ready to retire. He's referring a lot of his work to us. He can't reach very far with his equipment.
He's got a big, big truck, right?
Right, and for some reason, I don't know what kind of pump he uses, but if it's in a basement,
You won't touch it.
he sends them to us.
Not enough holes.
Right, he doesn't have enough. Yeah.
And probably doesn't want to.
I don't mind.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Buyandbuild.net. Oh my gosh. If you are doing it yourself or even have a contractor, send them there. 4800 Washington Street. Below wholesale on most everything. Cabinets, countertops. He has hardwood floors, laminates, engineered flooring. Cabinets are unbelievable. Then lighting fixtures and plumbing fixtures. That's probably the most percentage of savings. And cabinets, of course. I put beautiful shaker line cabinets in my garage. You know why? Because they were cheaper than buying the garage cabinets at Home Depot. Cheaper by 10 times. The deals are so extraordinary that you listening to me, you won't believe it unless you go there. 4800 Washington Street, buyandbuild.net. It's that easy.
Hey, you were talking to Bill before I showed up.
Now, Bill is the
With
one
the
about
gutters.
the gutters and the downspouts not being paid for.
I would bet Paragon, if they went out there, or any public adjuster, if they went out there, they'd get them gutters, if there's actual hail hits on there. And that Comcast thing, I hate to say this on the air, I thought you were doing that. Maybe they got the wrong address.
Do we have Comcast coming here? For what reason?
They're downstairs. That's what I was trying to figure out.
I just know you were talking to him yesterday.
Now, I took Comcast at my one property and simply reduced the bill, and they sped up the...
I'm going to go check it out.
Now, if that needs an exchange of a modem, well, we're just going to have to do that another time. But the service address better not be here because...
Well, they're here.
Okay. And again, that wouldn't be the first time they got things wrong. But I love Comcast broadband. I really do. So Roman had his car done, the synopsis, and, you know, basically $5,000 he paid. He paid $5,000. It wasn't a warranty issue, or it's too late now anyway. But it's not working. Is that where we are, Roman? I mean, your car, who did the repairs?
It was Tech One Automotive and Truck in Wheat Ridge.
Tech One Automotive and Truck. And what do they say? I mean, they did the work. What are they saying?
Well, you know, he originally, you know, said it was all on me. I offered to pay, you know, the labor.
But wait a minute.
Or the parts,
he did the repair and dropped something into the engine and had to crack open the engine. He charged you for that?
Yep.
Well, it's too late, man. You paid. I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
you paid.
So, I had no choice.
Well, okay, maybe you should take him to small claims court. Who ever heard of a guy dropping something into the engine and having to take the engine apart, and now he charges you for that? Now, listen to this. If you paid for parts once he had the thing opened, and you didn't pay for the labor, that's another thing. That's fine. Because if he, on his own labor, opened it up, retrieved the part he dropped, and closed it back up, that's all he would ever have to do. So if the $5,000 came from parts, I don't know what the $5,000 was for.
Most of it was for labor for pulling the motor out.
But the motor was pulled out it was due to his mistake. Is that right?
Yeah, according to what the warranty company says.
Okay.
And it should have only been a four-hour job and no need to pull the motor.
I don't know what we can do at this point. First of all, you never told us this the first time, that he dropped something and that's why he had to rebuild the engine. I would have never told you. What? Hello?
This came out after the fact.
Oh, after you talked to us. You should have called us back. I would have told you, you shouldn't have to pay for that if it was his mistake. We're going to call the shop. Hold on. Or maybe, yeah, hold on.
Hey, Al, let's call Al. He's on the list anyway for the advertiser. This would be a good one.
No, here's the problem. When Al does that, he doesn't consider it a spot.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So it's a waste of time. Gotcha. Because he just wants to do the spot anyway. Now, here's the deal. First of all, it's more of a principle who should pay, not if the work was done. But maybe we should. Hold on.
If they can fix the valve spring without home engine, that'd be a great one.
Roman, we're off the air. I have to ask a really quick question. The original problem, the very original problem that warranty said was 4 hour, what is it? Okay. Broken valve. Okay, hold on. Thank you.
Broken valve spring.
I think you're right. I think you're right about how anymore.
From TrueCar. Now you can know the exact price you'll pay for the car you want and see
a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah, it moves.
I tell you, the worst part of all this, Jim, is when they don't tell the whole thing.
You know, I've been listening to this show a lot since we signed up with Tom, and it amazes me. I mean, I can hear it driving around working, listening to people talking to Tom. I can hear the deception. I can hear them holding it back, and it's like, do you really think you're fooling anybody?
No.
You're not telling the whole truth because you
Yeah,
know.
he fucked that up.
You know, you know you're in.
He went to order an upgrade at his house. I heard him yesterday doing it. It's the only reason this came together. Tom, with Comcast.
Oh.
And he did it for the suite. So this guy's ready to swap this out, which would have renewed my fucking contract with him. So we just got to make sure we handle it afterwards. I know what happened. He put his cell phone in, and the cell phone he thought would bring up his home. Oh, no, I bet he called from the office number and it popped. I don't know. Whatever he did, he ordered for the wrong place. Geez, thank God we didn't just let him, like Daphne didn't just let him in and upgrade. We'd be in a new 2-year contract.
Okay, no, bad.
As long as you sign for it. So this guy came out and did mine. What I was impressed about is how much mud he pumped in there, and it's been over 2 years. I figured I'd have more settling and another void open up, but so far, really good. And I'm sure you guys do it the same way. So I got a big 3, my driveway's ginormous, but it's a big 3 one at the bottom, and then there's places over here you could park like 4 cars. So it was these 2 pads over here, and I think what happened is, I hate to say this, is it possible the people before me had a ginormous dumpster sitting there for a long period of time, and not only did it create, I'm talking one of these huge roll-offs, I mean ginormous, because it's the only part of the driveway that's cracked right there, and it was the only part that sunk in.
Was it all poured at the same time, do you know?
That I don't know. It's made in '01. So actually, that's good.
We should be able to see the line. Should be able to see the line.
And the color. The thing about it is if there was a big dumpster that was put on there that caused that, it would have cracked it.
It did crack it.
Oh, it did crack it.
It did crack
that is a possibility.
It didn't crack it to the point where I'd replace it.
Right.
But actually, I'm having a bunch of cement, a new foundation on a building I'm doing. When they're in, I'll get a quote on it since they're already pumping all that shit in.
Hey, Suzanne, should I call that?
Do you guys do concrete or you
We're
do
having Alan
that?
first, and then we'll have Tom. No, Maxim.
So and he drilled in, and then he drilled another
I
spot.
just thought Maxim.
But I was surprised how much it lifted.
And they're going to have
At one
size.
point, he lifted this much right
You know
up
what I
against
mean?
my steps.
Sure.
And it has not moved. It's been perfect, and it's been 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling them we've lifted garage doors 13, 14 inches.
That's amazing.
Yeah. You just keep pumping material, you know.
You just keep going.
He said he had, when he was off, his wife did one. He had to pump 27 cubic yards.
What did you quote it at?
Under a front porch. My wife quoted it for $850.
Oh my God.
But he forgot there was a fox den.
You foobarred that whole Comcast deal. You used this address here. I sent them away. Well, I'm saying, but you got to call them because they have this as a service address, and that would renew our contract here for 2 years, including the phones and everything, which we don't want.
What they did was were quoting me my bill, and they confirmed my service address there.
I'm just telling you. And the other thing is, he said at your home you have to have a business service to get the speed you ordered, is what he told me.
It's possible to spend 3 decades.
But he had to cancel it. Yeah, I know. Tesla really started.
Did he cancel everything?
He's just a technician. All he can do is work right here in the office. He can't go over to your place, right?
It's first of all, it's a residential account because he was talking about it, and my confirmation says that. So everything is on the confirmation.
You know, it's weird. I wonder if they saw your phone number and it pulled the wrong thing up or something.
Just because you said about Boo Tesla yesterday.
Here's my order confirmation, and it's
What address? What service?
It's 7600. Well, I don't want to say it, but yeah, it's mine.
Yeah, it's bizarre. He was here for a modem upgrade for the suite. Simple as that.
So Boo Tesla again at the end of the show.
I will. Stupid Tesla.
We got some more money.
Stupid Tesla. I heard your cars were catching on fire. Killed 17 children. Just yesterday.
They did have another one crash and kill somebody.
Yeah, I know.
The guy had it in the automatic drive.
Yeah, but I mean, it's some part, someone's an idiot. The first guy, you know what? Granted, if I recall, the son hit a white truck next to him.
You know what's really stupid?
And it was weird.
What's really stupid is all the trouble it's going to take to call them.
You were on there for 5 hours.
No, I mean, he gave me good options, but it's this. He just went to the wrong address. I mean,
I showed him the order, or he pulled up the order, and it was this address. That's the first thing I told him.
But they didn't change our. First of all, we don't have TV here, Mark. So you know,
maybe they were going to install.
It's my channel lineup. I mean.
Maybe. Listen, is this possible? They have an order in for your TV and whatever else over there, and then got the other part wrong here.
Not according to this. So this is the good part. The confirmation is here. So it's just,
I don't know, man. I asked him that, though. I said, is there any way you have the wrong address? He goes, no way.
Okay, I should have gone down and just showed him this right here, because this shows it.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
K-How.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Whether you're buying or selling real estate, I can think of no one better to do it for you. 303-920-1622. I'm a consumer advocate. I make my livelihood recommending people, also by going after bad guys, helping you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. And we have all kinds of things to talk about this hour. And people with problems, they call, we help. And if you listen, you avoid those problems. Like listing your home, Frank Duran. Just call him. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. He'll list it. He'll sell it for more and in less time. But he may not list it for the highest price because he knows what he's doing. And you don't list it higher and then have to lower it a little. You list it lower and have people simultaneously offer, and then it goes up. He's proven it time and time again. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Okay, what's on your mind? Well, let's talk to this guy because we're talking about a warranty claim on a car. That's where we left off. Roman, you bought a car, you had a warranty. The warranty is 3 years, 60,000 miles. There was a broken valve spring. Is that right? That's the original problem. Broken valve spring on cylinder number 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in order to do the repair, the insurance says it's a 4-hour job. It can be done without cracking open the engine. Is that a yes?
That's correct.
Okay. So Al Aramis at Pro Auto Care is our expert. I love these guys. I take my car there all the time. They have the roadside assistance free in between each time, 36,000 miles, all that. That's why I use them. So, Al, I'm going to ask a quick question. If you had a broken valve spring, can you do it without removing the engine or cracking open the engine?
If it's a double spring assembly, sometimes you have double spring.
Okay, by the way, this kind of vehicle, the vehicle is what? What kind of vehicle, Roman?
It's a 2010 Ford F-150.
Okay, that's a dual spring motor.
Triton V8.
Yep, the V8. V8 has the duals and notorious for cracking springs. But you can do them without disassembling the motor. You basically can compress with the right tool. You can compress the keeper for that spring and change those out without dropping the valve into the cylinder. That's what you look out for, Tom.
And he did drop it.
Yeah.
And then he had to open up. Then he had to open up the engine, and he charged Roman for it. Al, he said, "So sad, so bad."
Doesn't work that way.
$5,000. What should have been a 4-hour job in a spring turned out to be $5,000. Now, Roman, I want to make this clear.
Like $2.25 or something for the valve spring.
Now, listen, I want to make this clear, Roman. Did you rebuild the engine once it was opened?
They resurfaced. Let's see, R&R cams, resurface heads, boil out vacuum test heads, install exhaust valve, and number 3, install valve seats.
Did you get anything else new, rings, all of that, or is this just the top end?
Yeah, new timing chain set, cover kit.
How many miles were on this?
111,000.
All right. Now, I'm going to say something, and I hope you're understanding. Listen carefully. Once that thing was dropped, I think it was on them to open the engine and retrieve it and put it back together. Once that engine was opened, all that extra work is on you, and it benefited you. But you should not be charged for labor for opening and closing. And it seems to me, Roman, that a lot of that $5,000, if you chose to have it done, now you may say, but I would have never had it done except he opened the engine. Well, okay, but you did have it done. You didn't have to. You could have literally demanded that he open the engine, retrieve it, and close the engine back. You could have demanded that. You didn't have to go and do all the resurfacing and all of that. So I hope you're understanding that even though it came about from a mistake, you went a step forward, and it's not all labor, Roman. You told me it was all labor. That's not all labor. So how much of that bill is the actual cracking open the engine and closing it back up again? Al, what would that cost? If you had to open the engine, retrieve a spring, and then close it, or retrieve the valve, what would it cost in labor if I hired you to do just that?
Well, I'm guessing, Tom. Obviously, I always have to look at the time units. It's probably going to bill out about $1,000 to $1,500.
Okay.
Tom, I got to weigh in on this.
Go ahead.
There's something you might be missing here.
Okay, go.
When you do those broken valve springs, what you're required to do, if you've done this enough, you basically spin the motor to that cylinder where both valves are closed, okay? Top dead center compression stroke. That eliminates you from dropping a valve into the cylinder. Because the pistons on those motors, because they're interference motors, they basically go so far up that if the valve were to come loose, the valve would drop just a tiny bit to be able to pull it back up.
I understand that. That really has nothing to do with the discussion, though. We all are already conceded the man made a mistake.
Right.
So then he should pay for the disassembly or for the cracking open and putting back together. I'm not denying that at all.
Okay, I didn't hear you say that.
Well, I said that very clearly, that if he did it, he should open it up, retrieve the valve, and close it. But nothing, Al, would require him to resurface everything and do new valves and do the rings and do anything else.
But here's the deal. When you rip apart those old heads and you throw in head gaskets, you really do want to resurface those, Tom. Because they don't steal, you're going to ask yourself for a problem.
Then resurfacing, whatever was required to pull it apart and put it back together. The point I'm making, Al, is when somebody, if you had to open up an engine and put it back together so it doesn't leak, there is nothing requiring you to do additional work if that's all you have to do. I understand the logic in doing the extra work. This is a really weird thing, but I mean, for example, Al, if I asked you, if you had to open the engine because you literally dropped something in it, and I said to you, oh, Al, while you're in the engine, I want a new crank, I want new pistons, rings, I want everything new. Would you, because you dropped that part in the engine, what would you say?
Yeah, we would do it, but those parts are on you.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. We got to try to isolate the mistake from the extra work. And that is what I would fight for Roman. And so Al is saying, to begin with, he didn't even have to drop it, because had he positioned the pistons properly, it wouldn't have disappeared. I mean, you wouldn't have lost it. So this is a problem. And Al, I really appreciate the information. By the way, I should mention this. This is really important. Al, you're doing an incredible special, and that is a brake special with $50 off the front and $50 off the rear. Is that correct?
It's going to save you some cash. Absolutely, man. And what's good is we're going to put the premium pay on stuff, Tom. There's so many other specials. They can come in and check us out.
Or they can find them on the website, 303proauto.com, and click on Martino, right?
Yes, sir.
And they have all the Martino specials, and that's 2 locations near Evans I-25 near Bowles and Santa Fe. So thank you, Al. So Roman, I hope you understand. So you need to go after this guy. He should not have charged you. He should not have charged you all that extra at all. The guy did it wrong. I mean, if he said, hey, it's not my fault that it dropped in there, oh, it is his fault, Roman. And so I think what we need to do is really contact the guy, but you said he was adamant on getting his $5,000.
Yeah, he wouldn't work with me at all. And so, like, on the bill, he's got $2,600 for removing and replacing the engine cylinder heads. $463.59 for machine shop time.
Okay,
So,
whatever it was,
that,
whatever it was for cracking open the engine and resealing it. If Al said you almost always have to resurface the heads, so that would be on him.
Yeah.
But the extra, I'm going to leave it up to you to go down that bill, and then you should call him back, and before we get involved and say, look, because you dropped the valve, you really need to pay for this part of it. And then I will pay for the extras that I had that were done because I got the value. Just present that to him. And if you're not willing to do it, I'm going to have to go to small claims court. And then I want you to call us back and let us know because this is crazy. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. People, I don't know what you think, but I think that's reasonable. One Clear Choice Garage Doors will inspect your garage door. They'll lubricate all of the hinges and tighten the hinge bolts. They'll also make safety adjustments, check the cable, and make sure that garage door is worthy of the sticker that says One Clear Choice Doors. And it's One Clear Choice Garage Doors. And when they do that, it's called a Martino Special. Of course, they want to be your company. So if they can schedule that for you, that's wonderful. If you need a garage door opener, $333 starting with LiftMaster, Wi-Fi compatibility, and time to close feature. They have garage doors themselves. Whatever it is doing with garages, they have it and they do it the best. In fact, they even have storage shelves they put up. They really do. So, One Clear Choice Garage Doors, 303-565-6409.
This report is brought to you by Audible. Good news up in the high country.
Oh my God, damn near. But here's the thing, man. That guy was not looking to save him money when he did it.
There's still some curiosity. Hey, Tom, don't forget you owe me one more flex in it. Mildly crashed.
No, I did it. I did it. And the way I did it was saying, hey, you didn't give out that phone number for Flexident, and then I talked about him again. I did it in that first. I'm sorry.
The tech center, the rest of the drive, well, you're going to see heavy traffic downtown, both directions of I-25, Sixth Avenue,
Let's see.
forecast. Sunny today.
Check one in
Right now,
Leesbridge.
What are you talking about?
That was mechanic. Totally fucked it all up.
Oh, he dropped the thing.
Well, not only that, like say, Al, you put the piston up, it did drop, you just pull it back up, and then put the spring in. So, I mean, he totally fucked it up.
It's hard to compress those, though, to do that work.
Right, but it doesn't matter if
It didn't have to drop. It didn't have to drop all the way.
And then the $5,000 to me is a complete rebuild, isn't it? I mean, that's when...
Yeah, but what the hell? It's too late now.
Right.
I mean, what the hell? What was he thinking? If this guy was going to charge him $5,000, I'd say, you know what? You pay me for dropping that, I'll have it rebuilt. Jesus, this is long.
It's a terrible mechanic.
But where do shops get the balls to do this?
You know what? I wonder if the guy wasn't arguing because he needed the truck. He says, okay, I'll pay it to you, and I'll take the truck.
Why is it that every time I deal with transportation, there's got to be a problem? I just don't have time to deal with this. I just really don't. It's such a pain in the ass. No, they won't talk to anybody. That's the problem. You gotta. That's true. Are you a manager on our account, Comcast? Aren't you a manager? Can't you talk to them for me if I needed you to? Comcast, don't you talk to them?
I am. She's not. That's what I was going to say. Just send it to me. Let me call.
All I want to do is make sure our office stays the same. Nothing else. I don't care about the
I do. I know.
That's the only thing.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, approvalreverse.com. Take that website down. And then what you do is you contact them if you're thinking of a reverse loan, because they're the only ones I trust to tell you the truth. Really, they are. Okay, reverse mortgages are more expensive than conventional loans. They let you live off the equity. You never pay them back. You can't ever lose more than the house ever. And it's a great solution for some, not for all. Here's the number, 303-771-3528, 771-3528, approvalreverse.com. Okay, so Mudjacking, I do have a question for you. I'm keeping track of these. You talked about heaving. You talked about sinking. What is the life of a repair, someone wants to know. By the way, mudjacking, if you can explain it in 3 sentences. Go ahead.
We hydraulically lift the concrete with a cementitious-based soil.
With a mud slurry,
it's
mud
a
mixture.
Slurry,
a cement mixture, and you hydraulically do what with it?
We inject it through the slab. 1.5-inch holes we drill through the slab. We inject it at high pressure.
To fill voids.
To fill all the voids. Once
that
the
lifts
void's
concrete.
filled, there's nowhere for the material to go, so it literally lifts the concrete back into
And then
place.
you can seal the cracks?
We can seal the cracks. Typically we don't, because the concrete's wet when we're done, and caulking doesn't stick. So most people will just have a handyman or go get a tube of caulk.
Okay.
But we will do it if they want.
Right, of course. Then, how long does that repair last?
If the subsoil is done settling, it is a permanent repair.
Your repair doesn't move, but you can't guarantee the earth.
Exactly. However, we do give an unconditional 2-year warranty. So if the earth moves, we will fix it again for free, one time, anytime in 2 years.
Okay. Then we have more questions.
He had his number wrong, too. He hasn't done 20,000.
Oh, no, he said,
done
Tom,
60,000.
Now, 60,000 jobs. I said 20,000. He said, you're wrong, Tom. It's 60,000. Anyway,
crazy.
Sean's got a comment. Hold on, I'm sorry. Don't hang up there. Okay, Sean has a comment on the Viking pop-up trailer. A woman called about the Kettleson and the pop-up. It wasn't a pop-up. Oh, yeah, it was a pop-up. And then I had a pull-out.
The slide wasn't working.
The pull-out wasn't working. Go ahead, Sean. What's your comment?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks
Good.
for taking my call, Tom.
Yes, Sean.
No, I was calling back to give you a comment on that, the warranty thing.
Yeah.
They'll sell you anything under the sun, and the problem being is you have to be very meticulous and look through it. Because I got burned on the warranty myself from Camping World.
And they own Kettleson, right?
I don't know if Camping World owns Kettleson or not. But
I think they bought them.
How did you get burned, Sean?
I paid $2,500 for a warranty, and I had a problem with my trailer. I have a hybrid trailer, and what it is on that is the beds actually fold out instead of, being inside the trailer like a regular hard side. And I was having a problem with one of them folding back into the trailer.
Is it fixed now?
Well, yeah, but they jimmy rigged it.
Well, do you need help? I mean, is this a fresh new problem, or did you have a comment on the... I thought you were commenting on that woman's problem. Are you calling because you need our help? Because we'll help you.
Oh, no, I got my problem taken care of because I actually filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau against them.
And very seldom does that do anything. I'm happy that it was able to get some results. I'm really happy about that. Alicone.
Hi, Mr. Martino. Listen, I love your show.
Hey, what kind of a name is Alicone? I love it.
This is my name. I'm stuck with it.
I like it, though. I mean, is it, what kind of a name is it? Where does it come from?
The country in the South. The country in the South. I was born in Texas, so it's Ella, like Ella Fitzgerald, and Coney, like Coney Island.
Okay, Ella Coney.
Yes.
Okay, so anyway, what's going on?
Okay, I have an issue, and I am trying to find the attorney on your referral list that helps with these. I have a situation that I did not understand how it works.
What is it?
I had some damage to my rental property.
Where? What damage where?
It was a hail to the roof.
Okay.
To the roof.
And what's the problem?
And when I turned in the claim, they told me I had actual cash value. And I said, you're mistaken. I've had replacement value for 20 years.
And for those listening, ACV, actual cash value, means at the time of the damage, they will pay you what that roof was worth, which means they take the roof and depreciate it over how old it is. So, what's the deal? Did you, whatever you had, you had.
Okay, so we argued back and forth. I had a deadline when I had to close. I had a private buyer all ready to go.
They were buying your property.
Right, but when we put the roof in there and we found out that the insurance company was not going to pay for the roof, that complicated
Well, hold
things.
on. They were going to pay ACV.
Yeah, they pay very little.
How much is the ACV?
I think on a $5,000 roof they paid $600.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. So where are we right now? Why are you calling now?
Okay. Well, I had to sell by a certain date.
I understand that. Yes.
I went with an investor and I gave him a discount on the roof.
Now, you wait. The investor bought your property.
The investor bought the property.
And what do you mean you gave him a discount? Oh, so you wrote some money down because you were selling the house with a bad roof.
Right.
Gotcha.
We lowered the price.
Right.
And I told him, well, when you get the roof done, send me the invoice. I will give it to the insurance company.
Well, it doesn't work.
Get my money
it
back.
doesn't work that way, dear.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, it's too late. I mean, I don't know what I can tell you. You sold the house.
Yeah.
You don't go back after the fact and get and collect it.
Okay. Yeah, the insurance company told me that once I sold the house, their relationship with me was terminated.
That's right.
So no, they would not give me any of the depreciation that they held.
Because you did. Well, what do you mean? Now hold on. Now you're saying something totally different. Depreciation that they withheld. What does that mean? Now that's a totally different thing. You threw that in there. What does that mean?
On a $5,000 roof,
yes,
they gave me the $600.
The actual cash value, yes, and the only
they withheld depreciation for when the roof was put on.
Well, dear, then you did not have ACV insurance. You had replacement, and that's how it works. You do ACV. They give you a check up front for ACV. When the work is completed, they give you the difference between ACV and replacement coverage.
Okay,
so you did have replacement coverage. However, the caveat is this: in order to collect both, you have to do both, and you have to be the owner.
Right, but let me tell you what happened.
You did. You already told me.
Initially, they said I had actual cash value, and then they realized there was a clerical error, and I really had replacement costs.
That's what he just said, though.
Yeah, I know. Well,
there's to figure that out,
but
and I had to sell.
Ella Coney, listen.
Yes.
Seriously, I understand that, but the fact that you had to sell, and you did not have time to fight with them or get it. I'm sorry, but you know I don't know what to tell you.
Did she not do the roof at all?
Yes, the investor did the roof.
The investor did the roof. She gave him a discount, and who got the $600?
I got the $600.
Okay, well,
I was out of the cost.
It happened exactly how it happened.
Ella, listen, you did what you had to do. Right. The insurance is not responsible because you had to close quickly.
It was their fault that they denied me coverage.
Ella, they didn't deny you.
Her argument is they told her the wrong coverage at the beginning.
But Ella, the thing is, you could have postponed closing and had it done. Why? Why is that, Ella?
I was having major surgery.
Well, Ella, okay, now, okay, you were having major surgery, and then you had major surgery because of what reason, Ella? By the way, do you mind saying what the major surgery was?
I beg your pardon?
What was the major surgery for?
I had a rotator cuff tear.
And how'd you get that?
Auto accident.
And see, the auto accident is responsible. Because the auto accident caused a rotator cuff tear, which caused the surgery, which caused you to have to close early, which caused you to lose out on insurance. I mean, where do you stop making connections? Ella, you're a nice woman, okay? I don't mean to make fun of you, but there is no way that you can make the argument that the insurance company owes you the difference between actual cash value and replacement because you did not have time to close. You did not have time to do it before closing because you had to close, and you had to close because you were getting surgery, and you had to get surgery because of rotator cuff, and you had to get that done because of a car accident. It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I wish it did, but it does. Well, actually, I don't know if I wish it did. People make connections, but you're out the money. You're out the money. You did not do the roof, and you owned it. The other guy did the roof. You didn't do the roof. And I know you're going to say something about that too, but, you know, I gave him a discount. It doesn't matter, and I'm sorry, but no matter who if you hire an insurance attorney, which you're calling about, to sue them, you will lose. You will waste your time. Also, the insurance the insurance attorney is going to charge you. Megan, what's going on with you, Megan?
Hi, Tom. So I don't know if it matters, but I'm a little bit of a snowbird. So currently I'm in Arizona.
Cool. But now, wait. You got it backwards. Snowbirds go when it's snowing.
I know. I'm crazy. I should not be here right now, but
God.
I am in the desert.
What is the temperature?
Oh, it actually cooled down. We've had some crazy monsoons.
Okay.
The last couple of weeks. So right now I think it's only about maybe 99. It feels great.
That's all. Oh my God, how it's a regular tundra. So what's going on now?
Okay, so what's going on is I have a photography business that I have been operating kind of in Arizona and Colorado.
Uh-huh.
Now in Arizona, I did actually go ahead and open a photography studio.
Cool.
And my name is called, am I allowed to say my name?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So my name is called Desert Hearts Photography. I spelled it kind of funny, trying to do a play on the word heart with art. So I spelled it H-A-R-T-S.
Okay.
So just a few days ago, somebody else popped up on Facebook, also in the Phoenix Valley, calling themselves Desert Hearts Photography.
Uh-oh.
But they're spelling it correctly.
Okay.
So I do have an LLC. I don't have an actual trademark, I believe, but I do have the LLC.
Well, are they bugging you? Are they bugging you about it?
Well, so I decided that I needed to bug them about it.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess, and I did it in a very kind way. I asked if we could, the reason why is because they're brand new. They just changed their photography business name to mine. So she's actually been around for a couple of years and decided, I guess, to just rebrand herself to my business name.
Okay, but you didn't protect your name.
I guess I didn't. I mean, I made, this is my first time having a small business. I did, I just did my LLC, which is just Desert Hearts.
Yeah, you should go protect it now then.
But protect it before they do, and then go after them.
Okay.
And it's curious if it is spelled different.
Mark Trenner, no, but if there's what's called brand confusion, Mark.
Yeah, there would be.
If I protected the name Hearts, H-A-R-T-Z or T-S, and somebody says H-E-A-R-T-S, I could say there's brand confusion if you're both in the same business. If you're in a different business, then it's a different deal. Although, it would even be a problem there if it's the same exact name. For example, Cracker Jack Mudjacking is a mudjacking company. They don't call themselves Cracker Jack Candy or Cracker Jack Popcorn or Cracker Jack. They call themselves Cracker Jack Mudjacking. Now, Cracker Jacks may have a problem with that, but they can make the argument there is no brand confusion. It has nothing to do with it.
They wouldn't have any loss.
Well, so it would be, have you ever been bugged by Cracker Jack candies?
Yes, they asked me to quit using the name.
And what did you say?
And my attorney sent him a letter and said, no, there is no brand confusion.
He flipped them the bird.
And, yeah, exactly. And they agreed, and they backed off.
Yeah, there's no brand confusion. So, Megan, there is brand confusion with you. But before you go pulling, before you go pulling out the guns, you better protect it before they do. Now, with a trademark, they are going to go back and try to trace first use. But here's what happens. If they can't prove first use, if they don't get the trademark, it doesn't mean that you get it. If you can't prove first use, if no one can prove it, no one gets it. So it's not like, you win by default. You have to go right now. Call Mark Trenner, Trenner Law.
Can he do that all over the country?
Yes, of course he can. It's because it's federal.
Because it's federal.
So, Trenner Law deals with federal trademarks, copyrights, and inventions, and patent searches. So, it's 720-221-3708. You can find Trenner Law or Mark Trenner on the referral list. But, Megan, you're going to have to do it, okay? Do that. Okay. Now, did you have a specific question, by the way?
Well, I guess I just wasn't sure if what she was doing was right or not. I kind of contacted her nicely and said, hey, I noticed you just changed your name 4 days ago. Could you change it to something else?
And what did she say?
She just keeps telling me lies about how, it's actually a company that she merged with from out of state, which photographers don't merge.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, if they had it first, you're going to have a problem.
Right.
So, she's got a problem anyhow because she doesn't even have it protected.
Yeah, but you're going to have a problem if they were using it first. I mean, it might be out of state. It doesn't matter if you knew about it. If they were using it first, it's not that you don't think. It's like you got to let Trenner do his work and find out. It's no small thing. If you're going to grow and get big and want to protect yourself, protect it. 720-221-3708, okay? Please do it. Okay? I'm Tom Martino.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630.
I'm glad I shorted them at $75.
Say that again?
I shorted Tesla at $75.
What do you mean?
275 I shorted instead of shorted 1,000 shares.
You're an idiot.
I wish I would.
Mark, I wouldn't have had the bar. Yeah.
It's just pisses me off.
I'll make sure the business does.
No, that's all right. That's all that matters. We don't. But you know, I don't have a. I do have a business account anyway.
About a month before Apple is expected to unveil its own new iPhones.
Say that again.
I do have a business account.
At home?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what happened then. They totally got them mixed up.
Yeah, but
Well, they definitely got something mixed up.
I just think they got this call mixed up. That's all. Just this call.
Well, I think so, too.
I think the order, because the bill they referenced was my bill, the 100 something, not what we paid 231. So it was really, that's all it was. See, service package plan, here it is. So it's all right here, Mark, for my service address.
I can't believe Elon Musk might be in a lot of shit. If he can't
For what,
prove he
Mark?
had funding. He said he was going to take it private and the stock went up a shitload. He tweeted out to 20 million people.
Billions
Himself.
will be out.
So while other companies might deliver a lot
Where
of
do I find the service address?
finds you.
I don't know.
Needle in the haystack.
Try ZipRecruiter
And I'm going
for free by going
because you told me he was going to use the N-word, I'm going after you.
He was pulling a Papa John's. Or is it Papa Murphy's? Papa John's.
Which just went down.
Again? I can't believe I got that TV guy coming today. I totally spaced out.
TV guide? I love the TV
I ordered
guide.
the TV guide. Lucille
Yeah,
Ball.
here it is. Yeah,
I love Lucy.
It's my service account. It's all right online, so whatever you do, don't confuse anything.
Are you sure you didn't go into the wrong account?
No, it's all right. It's right here, and it shows the price they gave me and everything. So everything is correct.
Well, why the fuck would they show up here?
It happened when I called for pizza. I mean, from the condo. I have two accounts. You know, I have this one. But I don't know. I just think the dispatch.
They really had a pizza come here when you were over there? I would have been fucking livid.
They called and said, "Where are you?" And I said, "Well, I told them it's my home. It's Anthony's. Always delivers."
And now it's cold.
Hey, Papa John's.
So the good news is, at least it's showing correctly.
Papa John's what?
Ex-dividends tomorrow.
Where's it at right now? What is there doing there?
Are they going to have a problem because of him?
90 cents off.
How much are they?
23 cents.
Where'd you get 90 cents from?
90 cents for the year.
Oh. Do you get pepperoni with that? Huh?
I assume.
Man, my fucking dog, stupid beagle. They think he's got a tumor in his brain. So the last 4 days, he's eating and he's crapping okay, but he's kind of lethargic. But when he's inside, he goes over to the wall
Probably hurts him.
and puts his head against it, like this, and he'll sit there forever.
Probably the thing.
And then he'll bury his head under the bed. Here, I took a picture to show the bed
He probably
because
got a headache.
he does. That's what they said. He's trying.
Can't you give him Tylenol?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
Why
They
do you
gave,
laugh?
they gave me, what do you call it? Steroids. I guess steroids make the swelling go down
Yes,
quick.
of course it does.
But can't dogs take Tylenol and aspirin?
But
Yeah.
look at this.
It's Remedil. Yeah.
Everything he does is like this. He's pushing his head. This is at the vets.
See, dogs are tough. They're not like people are bitch. Dogs just try to do it on their own.
Look at this, though. That's what he does. He hides his head everywhere. It's worth
He's
that.
got a migraine.
He just hides his head.
I'm Tom Martin.
Martino, 303-713-TALK. A real quick question here for Cracker Jack Mudjacking. Jim's in the studio, the owner, and we talked about lifting. We talked about life of repair, its lifetime. Of course, unless the earth moves again, but that repairs lifetime. How does it compare to the plastic fillers? They have a plastic, a dense foam they pump in, and then they watch it expand, and it does more of of pillars than it does filling the void. It doesn't really fill the whole void. It would be too expensive. So what they do is they do big pills of these plastics. And so how does your mud slurry, your mud mixture compare?
We actually put a slicking agent in our material so that it's very slippery and it slides and fills all the voids. That's really important because one of the main reasons concrete fails is water. So if you have pillars, water can get under there
or
around the pillars and cause it to fail. So we make sure all the void is filled when we lift with our system.
And also, isn't it more accurate than plastic, really?
Absolutely, because
you see what you get.
It's an expandable product, so they have to pump what they think they need and hope it expands to the right height. We're using a remote control under high pressure. We can shut it off on a dime and stop exactly where we want. There is no more expansion when we're done.
All right. And we have time for plenty of calls. We do have some in the queue. 303-713-TALK.
I can't believe he's got a 2-year warranty if it sinks again. The people I used didn't have that. That's not normal, is it?
Most of our competitors that do have warranties, if you read the warranty, the fine print says if the subsoil doesn't fail.
Well, that's the only thing that would fail.
That's the only thing that would cause it to fail. So it's really not a warranty.
Ray, what's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, what's going on?
Well, I mean, I know that there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people in the Front Range getting new roofs because of hail, which is, you know, that's why they have insurance. But I've been in my house 24 years, brand new. All my neighbors are original neighbors. Southeast Longmont. We have no hail, but I've got 6 neighbors that I can throw a rock to their house, that's how close they are, getting new roofs because of hail. We had no hail.
Adjusters must have seen it.
Yeah. No hail.
Well, but Ray, insurance companies are not stupid. Okay? They really aren't. They're very stingy with their money. I have to believe that you should have your roof inspected by one of our reputable roofers. I don't think you should call your insurance company, but I swear to you, you should at least have it checked, and they will never tell you you need a roof unless you do. Or if you have damage, please just check it. I'm not saying the other neighbors are right. I'm not saying that at all. But how many other neighbors are getting roofs?
6. Now, I could
do you think
their house? That's
I understand the rock in the house. It doesn't matter. I mean, what matters is
maybe
that you have
what
6 neighbors. So what I want to know is this: do you believe that all 6 neighbors are lying?
No. They're all using the same company, which is fine. It's by a legitimate company.
Who's the company? Who's the company?
All About Roofing and Exteriors.
I don't know who they are. All About Roofing.
Me either.
Okay, but
they all got the same sign in their yard.
Do they all? That part doesn't matter. How do you know they're not just replacing their roof? How do you know it's an insurance job?
I talked to 2 of them. One right across the street and one right next to me.
Next question. Do they all have the same insurance company?
No.
Then I think it's virtually impossible that the odds would be that insurance adjusters from different companies would all agree that these 6 people need roofs. So I have to go with there's hail damage. There has to be.
Yeah, that's a tough one because I know hail. We all know hail.
Now, did you ever have hail like last? Did you have hail last year? They have 2 years to get it fixed. Oh no, 1 year to get it fixed or to get it reported and stuff.
We have had no hail in our area that strips branches, does car damage, windshield damage, no flower damage or nothing.
Do you understand that you can have a roof redone completely with no visible damage? Excuse me, I shouldn't say visible. No structural damage whatsoever, no dimples at all, just basically losing granules?
Yeah.
So, Ray, I'm not kidding when I say to get a reputable guy out there to look at your roof.
Here's the news.
I don't mean really guy, I mean reputable company.
His insurance will most likely go up if there was hail in that area, even if he's not putting in a claim.
Well, yeah, I don't know if they go by neighborhood. They go by you know, the state and the big areas, but I would call someone on the referral list at referrallist.com and just see. I mean, it's not. We can agree it won't do you any harm to check, right? But don't check with your insurance company because if they come out, even if you don't have damage, they still count it against you because you called. All right? So I would be curious. I'll be curious to see what they say when they come out there, Ray. Really curious. I really hope you call me.
Every adjuster I've ever dealt with, they get up on the roof, they've got to have a certain amount of hits in a certain size or amount of squares. It's either yay or nay.
But, Mark, I think for having 6 different companies, oh, no, there's no way.
There's no way. 6 different insurance companies.
And 6 different, or even 4 different, or 3. These adjusters wouldn't all agree that there's...
That happened to me, Tom.
What happened to you?
3 others had hail damage, and they went on my roof and said no hail damage.
It could be that you didn't.
Right.
It could be. I mean, it does work that way.
No, but that doesn't mean his neighbors didn't have hail damage.
Right.
It's opposite.
But they all got new roofs.
Yeah, but it's probably because they had damage. The reason I say that is because of how stingy insurance is. I've heard it the other way around, where people don't get repairs because they say there's no damage and there is damage. I have never heard them say there is damage when there is not. I've never heard that. I've never heard an adjuster exaggerate that way. Al, what's going on? Al? Hello, Al? Calling all Als. You're going to have to hold now, and if Al's not there, we won't take him. Would you get on and make sure he's there? 303-713-TALK.
This report is brought to you by the Flood Control.
Al? No, and finally a hail did come, and I was 20 years old.
Why is everyone making a big deal about the Galaxy X9?
Calling all hairy crotches.
Or Note 9. The Note.
You know what I learned today? This will blow you away. It'll blow you away. I'm getting the Note 9, by the way. It's the most beautiful fucking phone.
Man,
and wait till I tell you.
All kinds of shit written about it.
Guess what it does that no other phone does right now? And your kid would kill for it. It is the first phone to tie directly with Fortnite. It's the only phone you can play on an Android device. Period. End of story. Okay.
I don't understand. My son plays on his iPhone.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
You can't play Fortnite on anything.
Mark plays it on his iPhone. Honest to God, he does. Now, I don't know why, but he does.
He can't. He can't. Oh, wait. You know what? Maybe it's the first Android device. Maybe you're right. Hold on. Let me look.
That's got to be a lunch right there.
No, there was no lunch.
There was a lunch. I heard it.
Does iPhone play Fortnite? Fortnite. I bet it's the first Samsung. Yup, Fortnite on. No, Fortnite does not support. Oh, iPhone 5S, 6, blah blah blah. It's the first Android that does it, which is big for a lot of reasons. But here's what I didn't know. You ready for this shit? Samsung, 300 million phones average a year. What do you think Apple sells average a year? Well, there's a number for Samsung. What do you think Apple sells?
290.
They do. I always thought Apple sold fucking more. I knew there was more Android devices because there's more. I did not know they sold 50% more phones than Apple.
Apple just sells them for more money.
More money, there you go.
A lot more money. They build those things for next to nothing. They have little Chinese kids that build those things for like $1.
Jumping out the net. They don't got to pay them.
When Tom got his new iPhone 8, this little piece of paper came out, and this guy named Wong was asking for help, and he gave his coordinates.
It was his name was something Wong.
Something Wong at Apple.
Now, I have an Apple phone over here.
So do I. Got a 6.
Not me, baby. Samsung.
Yeah, but as long as you, why do you get another one if you don't need a new one?
What do you mean?
Mine still works.
I want my Note. I want the Note, man. Note's the best phone ever made.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Ben's got a question for Cracker Jack. Mudjacking Ben, what is your question, sir?
Jim, we bought the house brand new in 2005.
Yeah.
And on the patio, it is sunk about an inch on the steps to go out, and maybe a ½ inch.
That's a real simple repair, and we would be happy to send an estimator over and take a look at it, no obligation, and we'll tell you what it'll take to fix it.
Well, here's the other thing, too. Ken Moon, around the house, recommends you guys, So does Tom, and I don't want to call anyone else but you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And thanks to Tom and Ken.
Yeah. And let me ask you this. Now, this just started this year, and for the 12 years we've been here, it's never sunk. Should I let it go until next summer or not?
The longer you let it go, the greater chance the concrete's going to crack and become unrepairable. I would fix it as soon as possible. We'll give you a 2-year unlimited warranty, so once we fix it, if it sinks again, we'll come out and do it again for free.
That sounds great. Can I get your number?
Yeah, let me give it to you. It's 303-410-7787.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
And, Jim, I'll give you guys a call.
Thank you. And remember, referralist.com. What I'm going to concentrate on repairs you can't fix, if you could be so kind. What are some of the things you really can't fix? I mean, you'll go out and do a free estimate, so people don't try to eliminate in your head, but I'm just curious on some of the things you can't fix, sir.
If the concrete's extremely cracked up in multiple pieces, that's not a good repair. If the concrete has heaved from the clay, 90% of the time you cannot fix that. The other thing that we have a problem with is in Colorado sometimes the surface coating will spall off the top. So the top of the concrete's ugly. We can lift it, but it's still going to be ugly.
Oh, well, that's good to know. But you can still lift it.
We can still level it and make it structurally functional.
Spalling is a terrible job. And that's just plain, what is it, there's no reason for it. It's incompetence, right? It's just not doing it right.
Right. The concrete got away from them. They didn't have a big enough crew, so they were spraying water on it, or they poured it on a day when it froze that evening.
Right. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We do have time for calls. I know they're coming in right now, and Suzanne's getting them racked up. A lot of people don't want to get in. They don't think I'll take them, but I will, and I can dip into my mailbag as well. But I still have another question here on the redos. Have you ever had an email here asking, do you redo if someone, they're not talking about you, if someone else came in and did it, do you redo them? Have you ever come in after other people?
Yeah, we've redone foam jobs. We've redone other mud jacking jobs, absolutely.
Okay, what's the reason you would have to do that?
If the subsoil failed, or if they didn't do the job properly to begin with, if they didn't fill all the void to keep the water out. Sometimes a customer will have a downspout, a water source that floods the area and causes a failure.
Bob's got a question. Oh, or he wants to give kudos. Go ahead, Bob. Well, who are you giving kudos to?
Don at the Transmission Clinic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're down at Colorado Springs.
Cool. Tell me what happened.
Well, I had my truck was leaking transmission fluid, so I took it down there, and he said he fixed it. It was a radiator leak. So I guess the radiators have the same color as transmission fluid, and all it was a loose hose. Didn't charge me anything, just let me know that people think it's transmission fluid when it's actually radiator coolant.
That is very cool. I love it. So
yeah, no, I take all my stuff there too, all my trucks.
Good. And you know, they also down there we have Honest Accurate Autos, a great shop, and we have good people in the Springs. Peggy's got a question for Cracker Jack. Go ahead, Peggy.
2 questions. First of all, where do you work? I live in Boulder.
We do everything from the Wyoming border to Pueblo. Our main office is right off the Boulder Freeway at Federal, so you're an easy trip for us.
Great. Secondly, I have a large patio that was installed by the person here long ago. And it has, the people who, the person, it was just a private individual who put it in, didn't put dirt underneath the far edge, and it has cracked and in fact is not totally broken off, but it's definitely unsafe. So the only, because I don't want to restructure the earth, what I think I'm going to need to do is have it demolished, what's there, and then have a much narrower strip put in by, this is all at the back.
Is there a question here? Because we would love to get to it.
I want to know if he does that sort of thing.
Oh, no, they don't do installations, dear. But you're positive of the track you're taking. Does it sound like she's taking logical steps, or is it something that could be repaired?
What I would do is call my office, have my estimator come look at it. That's free. It'll take 5 minutes. If we can fix it, you are going to save thousands of dollars. If we can't, he'll tell you, and you can look at the referral list and find a concrete contractor to replace it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and Peggy, really, I mean, there's no obligation, so you've already concluded some of the steps you want to take, but if you can save some money, you ought to try. So the number, again, is 303-410-7787. Okay, so we have a couple minutes if you want to get a quick call in. If not, that's fine too. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, what leads a consumer, this is email, to purchase a product, category, and brand? I love these kinds of questions. Okay, first of all, what would you say? I would say there are three things you asked. Product, category, and brand. So let's break them down. The product, there's only two reasons people buy a product. What are the two reasons? Dan, what are the two reasons? Need. Oh, excellent. Hey! Second, there's one of two, sometimes both. What's the other one? Desire.
Mark should get
want. Desire. Exactly, Mark. Need or want or both or a combination. Now, that means that, now listen to this though. You need transportation, so you buy a car, but you see a sports car and you desire it. So these different things. So at times a combination are together. This is, by the way, an email I already answered, so that's why it sounds like I might be reading. Desire is usually sparked by what? What is it sparked by? Desire. Come on! Great marketing. They make you think, oh yeah, I need that. And then they instill a desire in you. Need is different than desire. True need is brought about by life circumstances. However, some need is sparked by great marketing as well. They make you think you need something. Then the category, pushing a category, Mark and I tell this to clients all the time, pushing a category in marketing is wrong. It's wrong. You never push a category. Never push mudjacking. It's wrong. You push crackerjack mudjacking. Because if you create a desire for a category, it sends people shopping. They may not pick you, but you want them to pick you. Okay, what is going on, Eric? Eric?
Hi, I want to tell you how I like your show, and I watch it every time I'm with my grandma.
Well,
I listen to your show all the time.
That's a good grandma.
Eric, thank you very much. Your grandma's probably my age, How old's your grandma? Probably younger. How old is she?
My grandma's 58 years old.
Yeah, she's younger. And so thank you very much, and say hi to Grandma, and we appreciate it.
You could be his great-grandfather.
How old? No, not that much. How old are you, man? Eric, how old?
I'm 9 years old.
9, and when do you start school?
August 20th.
August 20th. Yeah, that's about when most of them are this month. It used to be with me. I don't know why nowadays. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. I don't know why that kids start in August and they get out. They're done in like May. We used to get done in
New
June.
York's different though, man.
And then Labor Day was back to school. Remember that after Labor Day? Mudjacking comment. What's your comment, Perry? Can you say it quickly?
Yeah, CST uses the phone applications. I worked on large jobs with them.
Yeah.
And
phone works. There's no doubt. It's just that what do you want, one or the other? I didn't have time for your full comment, and I prefer the mudjacking. I've used both in the past. We got more. Bye.
This is Dan Kaplis. I believe that.
Yeah, you're supposed to say boo Tesla again.
Damn it!
Damn
it! Go live.
Boo Tesla. You dropped it 20. Now it's starting to come back up.
I love going to my emails because there's so much good shit I only use once, and I figured I should just use it on a basis.
Did you move the trash can again?
Yeah, that's it.
Did you move it?
Of course it is.
Did he spill today? Did he spill water?
Not at all.
I did not see that happen.
Okay.
Nor would I comment on it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're off.